Yeah. Better know my head, but I don't talk about it, be about it. That's the code we live in the game with them people. See the proof and how to get from the pit to the trophies. Every chain, every game. Don't talk about it, be about it, be about it. Don't talk about it, be about it. That's the code we live in the game with them people. See the proof and how to get from the pit to the trophies. Every chain, every game. Don't talk about it, be about it, be about it. Most wanted Kennels in the spotlight. Danger alert, come with the name. Super Kennels competition, all built for the fame. Work Kennels was the work and work, while Cherokee kept the game strong. Evolution built a bloodline, where the heart come from. These dogs ain't hype, they the truth in the pit. Every pedigree stamp when them paws hit the street. Ain't no fairy tales, this that real y'all grit. Don't talk about it, be about it. That's the pit bull script. Shout the brothers with the backbone thick. Veer brothers, color brothers, Bishop brothers legit. They don't talk about it, they be about it every day. Put the work in and y'all let the results say. Them boys on the rise, yeah the circle stay tight. Plow boys, wall boys, Havana boys in the fight. Different flags, same ground, same fire, same spit. Don't talk about it, be about it. That's the litmus test.
Legend of doom, behind set tone. Locked tight, locked in, carved in stone. Church boys hold it with the pit bull gauge. Fruit colors on man, Sean B in the maze. Arsenal game deal, but your knife stay sharp. Only in America, walk them down, ram in the dark. DSK and Mad Ohio dog, pound by hard when they hit. Praise to the men who rock this shit.
Don't talk about it, be about it. Yeah, they live it. Fat boy the legend, Lil Buster, real strong Southern bulldog. Keep the bloodline long. Latin force pressure, sniper don't miss. Shaded day, shaded with a killer instinct. Twist, super night power, unit whole rank. Boot camp, click hitting like a Sherman tank. Little fine with the vision. Tennessee dog pound, got their eyes on the pit. All legendary, really the shit. Don't talk about it, be about it. Yeah, they built it brick by brick. Talk about it. Yeah, they built it brick by brick. Talk about it. Yeah, they built it brick by brick. Talk about it. Don't talk about it, be about it. Don't talk about it. That's the yard law, from the pups to the legends, everybody stand tall. Every name on this track got a story that's lit. Don't talk about it, be about it.
Every name on this track got a story that's lit.
Don't talk about it, be about it.
Call this some legendary pit bullshit, 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 pit bullshit.
Yeah. It's Mo and Mike in the house.
Going hard with the legends. Paying homage, you know. Yo. Twins Mo and Mike, we running this game. Legends in the making, never gonna be the same. Kennels popping hard, these game dogs raised right. The brat, pretty mama, they shining so bright. LeMayday, what a day, they breathe the heat. Red Ruby L-Rod, they can't accept defeat. With 38 special and yellow bird, we top tier. Champions, grand champions, ain't no fear.
Run the register of merit, we got the elite. Mayday bug Jeep, yellow Frisco, feel the beat. Females like honey bunching awesome, baby, we tight. Bloodline strong, spreading knowledge, taking flight. Scratch to win, don't talk about it. We the real deal, you know it's no doubt about it.
KPTO, the modern Earl Tudor. Got in the pack, making moves like a Tudor. APT, family thick, like legends in the game. Legend of them, Triple M. Shout out the name, Deep South, Roadblock. We upholding tradition. Mama, Southern Kennels, we got that ambition. Hardcore hitters, Stone City brings the fire. The Abrahams, the fam lifting us higher.
Run the register of merit, we got the elite. Mayday bug Jeep, yellow Frisco, feel the beat. Females like honey bunching awesome, baby, we tight. Bloodline strong, spreading knowledge, taking flight. Scratch to win, don't talk, be about it. We the real deal, you know it's no doubt about it.
Listen up, respect the hustle, respect the grind. Ben, Nate Dogg, putting in work intertwined. Keeping that legendary status alive, you feel? Don't hate on the ride, catch the bus, we keep it real. What's history without a future? We pay the way, Captain. We make it happen, that's the play.
So here's to the champions, run the race, stand tall. Twins Mo and Mike, we gon' answer the call. Legends in the game, yeah, we holding it down. In the world of game dogs, we wearing the crown.
Run the register of merit, we got the elite. Mayday bug Jeep, yellow Frisco, feel the beat. Females like honey bunching awesome, maybe we tight. Bloodline strong, spreading knowledge, taking flight. Scratch to
out to Ohio Cash, the man with the plan, Rastaman Boom, schoolboy, aka the. There's levels to this game. Develop your game. Develop your game. Develop your game. Develop your game. Rob, 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 rob. Rob, rob, rob.
What up? What up? What is up? Y'all know what time it is. It's Talk Shit Tuesday. Y'all know what time it is. Hey, don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to hit that like button. And again, if you haven't already subscribed, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Before I get started tonight, I wanted to give prayers up to another great dog, man, that I always, we find it necessary to talk about. My man Noonie. I heard he passed away. And I just wanted to give it a moment of silence for my brother in the dog game. Thank you, fellas. Appreciate that. For everybody who knew him, we talk about him. Anytime we talk about him, and there's a reason. Good people all the way around. I just had good dogs, but it was really a good guy. Funny guy. But a good person to be around. So for me, that's a big loss. So for those who know him, and anybody who know the family, prayers up to him. Let me see who I got out here tonight. Hold on. Sorry. Let me get in here. Get back into what we do here. Big shout out to my man Carlos Lee in the house. What up, fam? My man, Mr. Paul Johnson, coming in, showing the love. Yo, my man, Mr. Derek Lockett in the house. What up, fam? Big shout out to my man, Deshaun Hanley. What up, though, fam? I see you showing that love. Big shout out to my man, Mr. Jason Clark, hanging out in the Shark Tank with the mad salute. I see you, fam. Yo, to the madman, the only insane honey badger. What up, fam? Hey, man, look, honey badger, just one of them right here that I'd love to have some of your input, especially considering, when you start talking about conditioning and showing these dogs. Big shout out to Pit Bulls and prospecting, hanging out tonight in the Shark Tank. What up, fam? Big shout out to my homie, OTW Red. What up, fam? My man, Mr. Guy Ghostin. What up, fam? You ready? You ready, Guy? Yeah. That link is out there, fellas. The link is out there. Big shout out to the main man, the one and only. Bite down and shake that like button. My man, Double M Despo in the house. What up, fam? Hey, did I miss? Yeah. Big shout out to my man, Mr. John Dimbry. What up, fam? Ray Nixon. What up, fam? I hit that right because it was the RA. I hope I did that right. But big shout out to you, salute to you, fam. Man, I hope everybody enjoyed that extra day, because I sure the hell didn't. It rained like hell here. It was just a wasted day. I said, shit, thank God I get paid for that. Fellas, now, we always talking about the game dogs and how they bred. You know, we've covered a lot of things over the last couple shows. But I always still say, I always try to give them shout outs to the working man. The man to get out there and put in that work with these dogs. I know we're always getting on the bus, but tonight I wanted to do something different. I didn't want to get on the bus. I want to stay right here in the now and really talk about what it takes to really do and be able to keep and maintain the things that made the American Pit Bull Terrier American Pit Bull Terrier. I'm a true advocate for the right way of doing things, because if the opportunity is there, you know, competitive dog, man, they're going to get on it anyway. Because still about competition. And so being I don't talk about the now, as far as what the underground do and how they do it, they're going to always do what they do. And as the years have always given us, the cream always have this way of rising to the top. So outside of that, I'm on if you look at the last couple of shows, it was almost telling you where everything really came to a different outlook on things. And over the years, those outlooks have created more controversy and time, dogs taken and bloodlines just raided and ran through. And it's all because we're not doing enough of the right thing. I mean, a lot of people trying to sell dogs, but nobody's really giving a good reason for what. Can't keep living in the past. We talk about and take y'all back there because, hey, the dog was bred to do a certain thing. And for a time period, a lot of people took advantage of that situation, which led to a lot of great dogs. And all we can do is try to share that part with you. But you can't help but try to look into the future and try to understand, you know, what the now is supposed to look like. I mean, and when I say it's supposed to look like, this is what it's supposed to look like. And still be able to have and be able to show your dog and show the work, because the dog gonna do what you want the dog to do. I'm a true believer in that. Look, I'm gonna share something with y'all right quick here. So just a little information that I was just got out here and I collected. Let me see here. Let me see if I can pull it up. I'm taking it. Y'all can see that, right? Yeah. Let me go back over here right quick and fix this up right quick here. Conformation show winners. Conformation show champions. In the show ring sanctioned by the registries like the ADBA and the UKC, conformation is all about standards, structure, balance, and flawless movement. some of the ADBA UKC champions. Grand Champion Del Mato Batman, historically significant as South America's first ADBA conformation champion, recognized globally for impeccable structural bred type. Grand Champion Adam Zebo, while historically recognized for his performance, his structure, build, and lineage left a massive footprint on what breeders look for in functional, powerful conformation. Grand Champion Arvis Skylines, Ripple in Time, a modern competitor frequently placing at the top of major UKC and ADBA events, showcasing perfect movement and balance. And then you got the Jeep and Bolio bloodlines through historical performance lines, their specific structure traits, high station, deep chest, powerful hindquarters became the blueprint for the modern athletic conformation standard. Now, I'm going to just get off. I'm going to come back to this, but I wanted to get this confirmation thing, in hand. Because one thing I know that, as you will find out later on, confirmation-wise, if you have a great confirmation, you could basically cover everything else as far as competition-wise, from down the weight pulling to the wall climbing to the treadmill racing. With a good confirmation, you could be able to do all three. Not saying that they qualify, but for leading standards, you know what I'm saying? Just for setting a standard, confirmation dogs, they hold at a high honor. Now, what makes a great confirmation dog, fellas? I'm asking y'all because for me, I always thought every dog that we had ever put in shape could have been set for a great confirmation show. And maybe that's the way, and I'm just saying, that's the way I looked at it. Even in my judging, I'm not as hard as I would be when it comes to looking at a dog for confirmation compared to looking at one, at his weight class, based on his purpose. Is there much of a difference for me? Yeah. Because in our time, we kind of dried our dogs out. You know what I'm saying? I let Mo get into that because he understands that a little more. But even as a judge, I kind of kept that thought always, first and foremost, because that to me was always going to be a difference, where there would be no reason for you to have to do the things that we done in our final stages in confirmation. You just don't want to, you still want it to look good, but you don't want to be kind of bloated. We always try to look at it as they were tight. The purpose of drawing out, for those who don't know, just keep hanging around and you'll understand why you don't have to dry dogs out for confirmation. I mean, you want to tighten them up, but we took it a little bit more serious why we had to dry them out. I just don't think you need that much, trying to put together a confirmation dog. But again, it's a difference because of the time and the purpose, but what it takes to be able to do some of these things, you still have to be able to put one in shape. You know, they say there's not anything special about the weight pulling in the treadmill racing. I think it said there's a dog. Here, I'm going to take y'all back to this again. I want y'all to read about this dog here. He's a weight puller. Weight pull demands extreme bone density, low center of gravity, leverage, and unmatched mental drive to move thousands of pounds on a rail or a cart system. Chevy, that's Daryl Spalding, a legendary American pit bull terrier in the weight pull circuit who dominated the International Weight Pull Association Championship, historically pulling up to 4,900 pounds on natural surface and 4,700 pounds on an artificial track. I'm telling you, man, and if I remember, he was not no big, massive dog either. Then you got Willie Mackett, Anita Persingers, a massive historic puller in a 35-pound class, setting early benchmarks by clearing over 2,000 pounds on wheels. Dixie, 80-pound class, renowned for pulling 3,810 pounds in the Pacific Northwest Circuit. Then the Swamp Dog, a legendary historic snow surface puller that proved American Pit Bull Terriers could compete with northern breeds, even in the freezing high friction conditions. Weight pullers, fellas. Now, these dogs just didn't come out the box. You know what I mean? Just snatching on shit like that. They had to be prepped and ready. And I'm just wondering, from the audience, understanding conditioning. What kind of conditioning program would you basically have for a dog to get it to pull that kind of weight? So not everybody has a wall climber or a track mill, for the weight pulling thing. But in our conditioning program, we had a weight pulling regimen. So as a weight puller, conditioning your dog, I like to know how would you be able to do that? Would it be like we used to do the 8-week keep situation, okay? When you're dealing with weight pulling, and I'm taking it and looking at it from a standpoint of you're already conditioning or preparing to condition this dog. This dog body physically should be prepared to take on what you're fixing to do as far as their muscle is concerned. Because at that point in time, I'm taking it that the mindset of what you're fixing to do to this dog, you and him already have this agreement because you have already prepped him up and got him prepared to take off on that mission. Now, is weight pulling something that you would think that they would do all year long, or you think it would be handled in the way of a competition set time date at peak, and then let's do this? I don't know. I'm putting it out there because I want to know. And the link is out there because some of you guys can come up here in here and just explain it. My man, Tall Stranger, I see you, fam. Cash, what up, though? Appreciate the love, fam. Chill Henny, I see you, fam. Said new subscriber. Look, I'm gonna give you your hardware. Hold on, fam. Let me hook my brother up right quick, y'all. Y'all got to excuse me. Where we go? Here we go. Down here. Hold on, coming right with you. There we go. Welcome to the Shark Tank, fam. Had to make sure I hand out my blue to the newcomers. Show them that love. As you notice, chill, everybody in here carry that blue. It's a Shark Tank. So that means all hands on deck. Speak what's on your mind. All we ask you to do is be respectable to each other. Other than that, everything's open season. We all learn to agree to disagree around here. So feel free to jump in, and some knowledge always does help because they're very informative out there in that Shark Tank. Very informative people, so be a part of it. Enjoy yourself. And again, big shout out for hanging out with us tonight. My man, Tall Stranger, said competition is still key in the legal battle, Mike. It's still about the dog and the work to get that dog to become a new age winner. You are so right, Tall Stranger. And that is my point that I'm trying to get across tonight. The work it takes to be able to be on a competitive field. As far as competition, we all, I'm just starting off with the confirmation, going down into the weight pulling to see, there are legendary dogs that have these accomplishments, but look at the kind of accomplishments we're talking about. It takes work to be able to pull stuff like this off. And I'm saying, how many are actually willing to put in in this legal world of the now, that they will actually be willing to put in the work that it actually takes to be competitive in confirmation, weight pulling, treadmill racing, wall climbing? Because I'm going down the list because I know it takes a hell of a dog, they say, to weight pull, to go all out on that treadmill. I'll be speaking about that treadmill. Dive back in here right quick. What does a dog have to do on a treadmill? Let me get down here to this treadmill part. I'm going to do the wall climbing next, but let me get on this treadmill. Treadmill racing, historically on a slatted track or a carpet mill, is the ultimate test of cardiovascular conditioning, oxygen retention, and unbroken stamina over short distance sprints or time durations. The Firepaw Circuit champions, modern European and American athletic registries use specialized low-friction slat mills where dogs like those from Del Monto or canine athletes training programs clock incredible RPMs. Historically, the most famous treadmill dogs came directly out of the foundational preservation kennels, where dogs were conditioned for up to 30 to 45 minutes straight to prove their wind and their heat tolerance before ever being considered for a breeding program. Listen to that right there. He got to be able to get up there on that mill and get it in. That's some incredible speeds, fellas. 30, 45 minutes. Believe it or not, we used to actually do shit like that. That was part of the keep. Being able to have that kind of endurance. Stretch it out. Work it. See what it looked like. See what it can take. Oh, sorry about that. You know, see what it can take. And they say 30, 45 minutes. All full, just straight go. Come on now. 30, 45 minutes. If you just sit here and didn't say nothing, just sit here watching the dog for 30, 45 minutes, just sitting up there, just running. Treadmill singing. Fellas, straight up. You hear Mo always talk about that part right there. And like I said, what did it take for a good dog to be a good dog on a treadmill? The ultimate test of cardiovascular conditioning. Cardiovascular. That heart. That means you can't have no worms. Nothing can interfere with the conditioning and especially the cardiovascular part of a dog's body. It is so important to any and everything you do. Where you think the oxygen retention is going to come from? Being able to keep that heart to working and still be able to maintain takes you to be able to build a dog up to that. They just don't come in like that. And the more they do it, the better they become at it. To where they control. Not you, they're going to be able to control the breathing and what it takes to maintain what they're doing. Them dogs are smart like that, fellas. Trust and believe this. Yes, they know exactly when, how to keep it going, knowing they're going to be there. You know what I'm saying? But know how to wind it where they got control of the breathing. And still be able to maintain the pace. We'll talk about it, but until you get one on a treadmill and actually go and see and work upon to seeing what we were trying to tell you, if you get far enough, this is what you're going to see at some incredible times. And they still can maintain and not break stride. That's treadmill racing. Now, being able to do that at a fast pace, what kind of dog do you think would take to do that? Is it a rangy dog? Or is it one of the little fast little, the bullet dogs? You know what I mean? Or is it one who can cover a lot of space like a greyhound, one of the long rangy ones? It's got that cardiovascular. Look at the body, know he fixing to run hell around you. See him when he walk up to the damn treadmill. This is damn, you need to check his DNA. Look like a damn greyhound. But I've been around them in somewhat long range. My dog is to me is a long rangey to be as big as she is. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I take it in in the contrast that you still got to put in that work to even get them to be able to perform to a level that's just not normal. And that's what competition is all about. You're going to have to be better than the next person who's putting in some work. Same thing. But as hard as it really is, I just speak from experience, knowing what I know, that work is work, and a good conditioned bulldog gonna need some work. And it's got to take the man to make that work happen. Because the dog, if it's in him, he gonna be there. And that's what matters. Now, it takes me back to, look what kind of bulldogs we're talking about. You never see me back up off the Game American Pit Bull Terrier. I don't think he has to be able to show his willingness to be game. Doesn't always have to be shown in the box. There's a story, and I can't even remember the dog, but there was a story about a pit bull that pulled, and it might have been one of these that I mentioned tonight in the weight pull thing, because there's a story behind it. Small dog pulled a lot of weight, broke the world record, little bitty dog. But that one pull that dog died 7 days later. But that just goes to show you, when you talk about, you want to see what gameness look like, go to a weight pull show. Go look at one. Go look at one. Because it's putting the dog in a situation that he either gonna make it and he gonna pull this, or he gonna quit. And when you see them big boys huffing and puffing and still yanking and that's that, man, look here. You got to have some gameness in you, and it's going to be tested. And to me, that doesn't take anything away from what I know an American Pit Bull Terrier, a game American Pit Bull Terrier. Hell, he don't know. All he gonna do is do. If it's in him to do, he gonna do. But I also know he gonna have to be able to put in that work to be able to do it. And to be the best at doing it, you better have some work on them. I'm always going to speak about the work, because the performance of the dog is always going to be based on the accomplishments of the person who made the dog. Let the dog be the hero, but it's all right to be the man behind the dog. We talk about great race horses all the time, and you might know that trainer, but you have no idea who the owner is. I talk about Secretariat all the time, because I grew up in that era. I've seen something amazing. Come from a family, we always at the racetrack. I remember when, for my people up in West Virginia who remember Waterford Park turned into Mountaineer horse racing track. From my people up in Ohio who remember Northfield, family still deal with trotters. So been around horses. Know what it takes to have a damn good horse. Same thing it takes to have a damn good dog, trying to be the best at whatever he's trying to do. And I'm giving you the outlook of, there are great dogs at wall climbing. some great dogs with weight pulling, treadmill racing, and conformation. You seen Zebo all up in there. I know Mayday was a ADBA grand champion. You know, I always thought he had the ups because, you know, he was going to win anytime he showed up in anything. But he still earned the honor, so we can hate on him all you want about it, but hell, that was a crossover. He ain't the only one. But I'm just saying, I don't take anything away from the now. I just look at tonight, well, we have talked so much about the past, but let's just talk about the now for a second. This is what it looks like. Wall climbing, treadmill racing, weight pulling, conformation. Okay, no different. These same ass bulldogs in the right people's hands can make them famous. You see? Wall climbing. Let me get over to this wall climbing dude. Because they got some wall climbers in here, y'all. Mo just showing up shit. He just got me just running my damn mouth. But I thank you for Mo. Let me get this off, Mo. Let me get down to this wall climbing dude. Wall climbing tests a dog's explosive vertical leap, rear assembly power, and the precision timing to scale vertical walls and secure a target tug. Imperial Kennels Lourdes made history under a section competition by scaling a massive 410 meters, approximately 13.4 feet vertical wall to take top honors. 13 feet. Famous European circuit competitors who dominated the, I guess, G-Way dog park competition, setting records at 3.5 meters, that's 11.5 feet, with flawless vertical mechanics. The ADBA top dog pioneer dogs entered the top athletic events are currently setting the modern registry standards where a dog must master the wall climb alongside sprinting disciplines to earn official athletic titles. You'll see that, right? Setting the modern registry standards where a dog must master the wall climb alongside sprinting disciplines to earn official athletic titles. But it's worth going after when you got a real one. You know what I mean? These title holders are out there. Titles was meant to be broke. Okay? But get back to the reality part is how many people would be willing to put in that type of work that it takes to do that? Does this, are we supposed to lose that fire? That competitive, approach? Y'all help me out here. Because all I'm trying to do is understand it. I promote it because there is no difference except for the purpose. I don't understand where there would be anything short of that when you talk about going up against other people who are trying to be just as good as you are. Is it just showing up to be showing up, or are you actually showing up to win type of situation? When you put in that work, I'm hoping that you're showing up to win. I like that insane. He said, me personally, gameless drive, ability to structure part come together in the eyes of the judge and better work ethics. Yeah. See, the key the key point to what you said right there, insane, and it makes all the sense in the world, man. The eyes of the judge and the better work ethics. First of all and foremost, there's no bigger or better judge than me when it comes to me looking at a damn dog. I mean, outside of me and my opinion, because I can look at our dogs and I might have my certain opinion and Mo have his opinion. But here's the thing. That's where it starts at. I'm looking at my dog like I wouldn't give a damn. Who look at this dog right here? This dog right here is carved. You know what I'm saying? Like Michelangelo like carved out some shit. Everything in the right place. You can look at him. I mean, I want everybody to look at him and know this when that's a monster. Look at him. Look how he acting. Looking good. Yeah. Because before anybody else is judging your shit, you better be the hardest judge of them all. I'm thinking that's the fire that competition is supposed to bring out of you. The want and the will to be better than everybody else. Okay, so maybe that's not meant for everybody, okay? But then, why can't we just talk about it? Because it might not be for everybody. But the reality of it is there's still a place to where these dogs can do the things that we talk about doing and still be able to maintain, that title, what makes these dogs what they are. There's a platform. Competition's always going to be rough because I'm hoping that a lot of people start having a hunger for it, because it really does take some work. I mean, with all the breeding and having them going damn well, come on. But to me, the reality of it is, for as much as I see being sold and people's breeding, come on. This is the best way for you to do the shit, because anything other than that, it don't even make sense, because you're already out there selling puppies. You're already out there showcasing and doing all the shit, but doing this type of shit right here. At least this much right here. Okay. What am I breeding for? I mean, blood is blood. I don't give a damn how that blood, if that dog ain't shit, damn that blood. Telling you. Give a damn how it look. Dog ain't shit. Period. Didn't work in that dog. Okay. Got to own that. Not take that piece of shit and just because it's bred the way it's bred, I'm going to breed it anyway. Sell some damn puppies. Come on. Can't let that money go to waste. Don't nobody know but me. Now you just infiltrated with a bunch of shit on the market. The only reason it happens like that, because you're stuck on them papers and ain't nobody putting in no work. See, it's easy to shuffle papers around, but it's hard to goddamn it get out here and put in some work and win. I'm just saying, everybody who have that competitive spirit is not going anywhere thinking that they're going to lose. that is still being competitive to me. I can get with that. Let me see what it look like. Let me see what you're doing over there. And I've seen some great dogs, great looking dogs, great dogs with attitudes. I mean, it's hard to sit there and see it. Man, let me tell you something. When you're looking at a bunch of great dogs, for me, being in that situation, I literally had to put my hands on them because they look that good. You can't just sit back and just look at the damn dog and you got two beautiful specimens and just all of a sudden I got to find some kind of detailed something about what I'm looking at. No. Let me touch what I'm looking at. That touch gave me a better idea. Gave me a little bit more comfort in the decision I was going to make. Remember, I'm just one of the judges. There's still got to be two other people that's going to be right there. So when we get to the point where we got to put our hands on them, there's a reason why we put our hands on them. I don't, some guys just don't do that, but I just think it's how are you going to just sit back and just look at a dog and not put your hands on it? Don't you want to feel that muscle? You know how that rib line is supposed to go. You know how that backbone is supposed to be. You know what them staples in that chest are supposed to look like. Now get down there and see what it feel like. Is it hard? Is it soft? I mean, let me see. Yeah, he hard. He hard. He's straight hard. Because looking is one thing, but touching it, you understand the difference between the two. Put one in condition without weights and then put another one in condition with weights. Same condition, just make sure you have a weight regimen in one. And just watch, you're going to see a difference. And through all that work, you might think you see the same thing, but then let me tell you something. Go ahead and put your hands on them. If it wasn't a difference, and again, if it wasn't a difference, why wouldn't that same shit work for human beings? If you want to get some mass and you want some damn muscles, you're going to go pick up some weights. Not a bunch of burgers, not a bunch of fried chicken, not a bunch of ribs and cholesterol shit. No. You're going to start thinking healthy. And you're going to run to that gym. You're going to start picking up some damn weights. You want to tighten up some shit. Now, if that works for human beings, why y'all think it wouldn't work for a dog? Because if you really was a human being and you really had to go through that kind of shit because you was trying to get to a certain goal, you would really understand the work that you would literally have to put in to be able to do the things that you were able to do. It didn't come easy. Look at them days where you was hurt and you still know I got to go. Or you could be the ones that, get in that motherfucker and be like, shit, man, I had to take a week off. Man, you ain't been doing it but a week, bro. The pain gonna come, man. You got to be able to fight through the pain, bro. Nah, man, I can't do it. Okay, well, you ain't the one I'm trying to work out with, then. You ain't the one I'm trying to work out with. Why don't that same way of thinking, you think it wouldn't work for dogs? You as a person putting a dog in shape got to be gamer than the damn dog. But how many people, and we talk about, the now, the laws, how things change, what the future of the American Pit Bull going to be like. Well, what we always say, dog gonna always be a dog. The dog don't give a damn what it is. You know what I mean? Wherever you put him in, he gonna perform. Why? Because he's an American Pit Bull Terrier. They just have this certain thing about him, something special about him. And our purpose, we always was looking for something that special. Why? Because it was what they was created to do. That was a different time. Those were different moments. There's hundreds of years of that. You know what I mean? There's 100 plus years of that. So I'm just looking at, you know, like that's the past. But the future has a real great beginning if you just look at these little things right here. Conformation, weight pulling, treadmill racing, wall climbing. That's something that could be really helpful when trying to maintain the American Pit Bull Terrier, because it's going to actually take one hell of a dog to accomplish a name to be recognized. And I don't know why he wants to be recognized. Okay, well, there's different folks out here, because trust and believe, just because you're not like that don't mean everybody like that, because there's a lot of people that's actually out there like that. I mean, we've been trying to show you all that, you know, in the last couple of shows where, you know, think about what we're trying to say here. Come on now, look, shit didn't never slow down. Shit actually got crazier. So, I mean, a whole lot of people thinking like we was thinking. A whole lot of people doing what we was doing. And you think they was just doing it to be doing it, or was they doing it because they was all trying to achieve a certain goal? And that goal was not easy to achieve, as history will show you. There's a difference. That was a whole different time period. We were gauging gameness and something, you know, and ability and mouth, all based on what we got a chance to see for our damn self. That's a total difference, fellas. That's a big difference. We were willing to see, with all the risk and everything that came along with it, it didn't slow down. As you noticed, and you see how it fell off. Times have changed, okay? There is a real way of doing what I consider exploitation of the American Pit Bull Terrier. When I said exploit, I mean by showing them all the other things that they can do. Because there are platforms out there if they are willing to actually put in the work. They talk that shit about people like us back in the day when we used to travel. Okay. Well, guess what? If I was one of these cold-hearted damn bulldoggers, I'm talking about being a real bulldog. I'm talking about I'm trying to get down. I'm trying to get in on the show. I'm trying to get to a show. Give it down who show up. I'm going there with this badass umbrella right here, and I'm going up in there. I guess that's what takes the confidence that, you know, maybe that ain't everybody, right? But for me, it's like, what's really the difference? If it's in you and it's in the dog, and you're doing it, you want to be right, but the competition is there, and you need to have it. You're gonna go get it. And there's a lot of people that's doing it, fellas. You got to do it to a point to where you find yourself in a part of that history. One of them great dogs that actually did climb higher than that 13 feet. Hell, 11 feet, you know, that was worth talking about. But 13? Come on. Or 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 pounds. Weight pull. I'm telling me, fella, for real. Have y'all ever, I mean, come on. If you ever seen a weight pull competition and see exactly, you know, what's actually involved. And I mean, I seen the track one when it was on the like the railroad track thing, the rails, and I seen when they was on the sled. And let me tell you, man, it is amazing what a bulldog will get. Well, I mean, just seeing them on that weight pull situation, a determined ass bulldog. You can just imagine a dog like that, you know, boxing, you know, we've seen plenty box dogs like that. You know, they get, you know, the bulldog's still the bulldog in my book. What I see in that weight pool is no different than when I'm checking out in the box, except for the other dog is either biting back or getting mopped. Because the determination and the will to just bear down, and I'm talking about bearing down, pulling that shit like a bulldog, and then get it done. And he don't do that just once, y'all. They build up to that. Now imagine that shit. A damn bulldog. Talk about game. Shit, you better go watch a weight pull competition. Boy, I have all the respect in the world for a bulldog. You just go look at them. They ain't gonna let you down. They ain't not gonna let you down. So I just look at it like, you know, competition is a must. In order to have this type of competition, even in the now, with the conformation and all the other things that I was mentioning tonight, you have to be willing to put in work, because even at that kind of level, it's not going to be easy. It is a learning task. I mean, first of all, if you have never done it, then it's okay, because everybody got to start somewhere. If you would just take some of the things that we say in this show and say, what's the first thing you want to do? The first thing you want to do is get the right dog. Okay, what's the right dog? One that you know you spend a lot of time with. You know what I mean? You and this dog going to bond, and then you're going to be able to set a purpose for what you want this dog to do, and it's going to love you so much, he's going to do any and everything that you want him to do, because you're going to get him to do it because of his love for you. Yeah, that's how you start this. And then you put the task at hand. I mean, it is a learning process. But there's enough in these shows that we have put out there that will actually get you through that process. Because to me, it's still all the same, just the purpose is different. If you don't know how the standards are or what you're grading, you know, get in there and get involved by just researching, seeing things for yourself. Don't go on what other people tell you. Go in there and find something interesting that makes you want to just hang around and see exactly what you're getting into. Get an idea of what the competition look like. And then come back and look at your yard and ask yourself, is that really what you want to do? Because that's exactly what you're going to have to do if you're really trying to do the things that we're talking about tonight. And it don't have nothing to do with the past, because this is the now. The purpose is different, but the process can always be the same. You're still going to need the right person with the right dog, with the right blood, and the ability to create one of these great dogs. And not just a dog that everybody tell you look good, but a dog that gets titles because he looks good, because he performs good. He's a great representative of what a real American Pit Bull Terrier is supposed to be like. That's titles. I'm going to have one, damn it. Why can't he have a title? Come on. Titles, they're not supposed to mean anything. Are you kidding me? I mean, what has changed? I'm just trying to understand what has changed. You know what I'm saying? If winning for a title didn't mean anything, then I really don't think that we would have had as many people trying to get those titles. Because those titles actually really didn't mean something. And that might not be like that for everybody, which is understandable because it's, first of all, it was something that was very hard to do. And just to be able to do it and have more than one and see other people do it with your shit just makes you feel a little bit different, because at least you have something based off of something that you did. And you have, I can be proud of it. Because I do have a lot of shit to say. Based on the things that we tell you, we can show you. That's an accomplishment in itself, because that was, our purpose was what it was. And we didn't go after and get out there just to be, I guess we didn't want to be like backyarders, I guess, you know what I'm saying? Carolina situation broke us to that, because I didn't see nothing good in the backyard situation, because there was so many great guys that had great dogs, but they couldn't get beyond their own backyard bullshit. And at the time they was, thinking they had that all world shit. And I can't get away from the fact that when we came through there with Judo, Blood Bruiser, BA, and Solo, dogs that were given to us as young, early guys in this game, was taking them dogs and beating the shit out of the backyard boys. Now, for us to be so new, what do you think we was thinking? That when you know how you be bulldogging and everybody talking that shit and they all up in their shit, but guess what? We got dogs though. We got dogs, so ain't nothing. We can stop all that and we can go find out type of situations. And you thought that bad boy was all that, and he wasn't. How many times we gonna keep doing this to them, Mo? What it looked like to me, the only reason we got these good dogs is because of who we was rolling with. They actually selling them they bullshit, Mo. I should say it. Because how these dudes gonna be in this area and we new to this, and we come in with these dogs and we beating the shit out you. And we ain't even, I'm talking about, we haven't even hit the scene of talking about matching the damn dog. No, we just taking them, just beating up people's shit. Just because you want to talk, but we got dogs. That broke us to the backyard shit. You know, that was a lesson learned, and we learned that early. Every last one of them thought they had some badass dogs. Not taking nothing away from them, but their dogs wasn't the same dogs that we had. Why is that? Why is that? Because it was the person that we was with. We didn't spend no money, fellas, but these guys were. True story. Carolina broke me of that shit. Never would see us doing nothing like that. So that's why we got to the point to run from there to Ohio, where you're going into running into people that we talk about. They ain't them backyard people. They're on something that I didn't even know existed. So there is a difference when you're walking into something and then you know it's there, but you don't know the degree of how there it really is. And that's why I think about doing it the right way. You never know how much you might enjoy until you put some effort into at least trying it. Because you're still going to need the right dog. To me, I just want to know how many people out there willing to put in the type of work it actually takes to do this much. Yeah, we've talked about all the old shit, but then guess what? I wanted to talk about reality of the future of these dogs too. Because it's going to be the same type of dog to me. A bulldog going to be a bulldog. But the baddest way to find out a bulldog, if you really got a bulldog, is to get up there and put that bulldog up there. You know, put that bulldog out there. Put some work in it. Get in there and get that competition and see where you lay at. See what it took to actually beat you. And get better. There'll be a lot of changes and a lot of things that you're going to do the more you do it. Because the more you do it, the better you're going to be at it. And every time you get that much better, your way of looking at these dogs becomes different. You have a better understanding. You might even change everything that you was doing and actually create something that's going to work now that you know what you know. Because you're going to adjust to your knowledge. You're going to definitely adjust based on your experience. But you first have to get out there. Explore. Give it a shot. Just don't be somebody who got bulldogs. Everybody can have a bulldog. I keep telling you how many people I see around me with bulldogs. But there's another platform to where you can still show the talent of the American Pit Bull Terrier. That's where I'm at. Hey, Mo. I know you're out there, bro. Hey, you're flickering them pedigrees around. You didn't say nothing, huh? Big shout out to my man, The Hard Way. Kennels. What up, fam? What up? I wanted to get you in there, man, because, you know, I see you playing with the chat and everything. You read, you got your glasses on. Big shout out to my man, Mr. Vernon Starr. Yellow One. What up? Yellow One. I had to get that right. What up, fam? Tribe up. What up, fam? Chico Nicholas, I see you, fam. Amo,
What's up, man?
I know you see me. You see which way I was going with this tonight, right? Now, hold it. Yeah, now, right, I got you. You see what they said on the treadmill thing, right? 30, 40 minutes of just straight out blow out shit, right? You there?
Yeah,
Can you hear me?
yeah.
Okay, so you didn't see that part, did you?
What part?
About the treadmill thing. How fast the dogs were on the treadmill.
Yeah,
Oh, you seen that part, right?
yeah. I'm listening, man.
Okay, so from what you read, tell them how you used to do when it came to that. How you call it? Creating that wall.
Talking about maximum stress.
Yeah, the
Why
maximum.
that dog ran so hard, so fast.
Yeah. Get them into that maximum stress. What that shit consists of.
Well,
They said 30, 40 minutes, like that was you know, the all-timer or some shit. You know what I mean?
that motherfucker hauling ass though. I bet it.
Mm-hmm.
My thing is, they got. Man, I start getting into details, man. That cash app gotta get pumped. You know what I'm saying? Let me go ahead and break it down a little bit for them. No, to get to that maximum stress, for that dog to do that, if you ever condition a dog, if you don't know how they got it there, then that means you never pushed your dog that far. See, I always push my dogs that far from the beginning. We at least get 30. The whole goal is to give up 30 minutes of a dog sprinting. I mean, all out sprinting, no breaks, no nothing. For the first 30, we sprinting. And that's what we're working up for. You know, you get up to 30, and by the time you get up to 45, 50 minutes, that dog will be able to do 30 on a full hard-ass run and probably could win a treadmill race with that alone. Because if your goal is to have your animal go in the maximum, at a maximum space for a period of time, you know, you're conditioning for that. You're not going to do it 30 minutes every day and it's going to get better. No, you got to increase that shit. You got to get past beyond the 30 minutes and get him just to get him to reach 45 minutes. The push you got to put into him. But at 30 minutes, it'll be a charm. By the time you get to an hour, you might not have the maximum pace going, and you might, because there's going to be times that you got to give him a break, but you build off those breaks. That's the whole key. How do you get there? You build off the breaks. You see where the breaks are, and you improve the breaks. If you're feeding him right and taking care of him right, the body's going to fix all that shit. But you got to go out there and stress that body out. You got to know how to take it there, so it can repair itself and just keep going until it because the body fixes itself, it's going to make it stronger to be able to handle the situation. As long as you keep the situation there, asking more, the dog body going to give you more because the dog will give you more. You know what I'm saying, man? That good?
Yes, sir. No different. I didn't think there was a difference between the conditioning programs.
You can do it, Marquise. You can do it on both. Both of them will do it. The key is to know how to use them both to get it. And another thing, it's the weights that you're putting on the dog. People don't understand that. See, it's the weight that you're putting on the dog. See, me, I'm putting on the harness and the collar, and I'm asking for that shit. Remember, on the electric mill, I got control over the pace. on the slat mill, he has control over the pace because of him running the belt. On the electric mill, I'm running the belt. So you want to build the power up on the slat mill, and you want to blow his ass out on the electric mill where you have control. You know, I'm going to tell you when you're going to slow down because I'm going to be the one on the control of the button. I'm going to be taking peaks. On that slat mill, I can't turn him down. I can only let him do what he can do. But on that electric mill, I got control. And I'm going to see what he can do. You see what I'm saying? But that's the key to both. You know, but the whole time I got the 15 pounds on him regardless. I'm asking for shit with him carrying that extra 15 pounds. So I know he's going to get stronger as I'm pushing. And I'm dealing with a whole lot of different muscles compared to when you out there walking or when you got him out there, even on the electric mill, you can't get that kind of push, you know? You know, and that right there is just, you know, there's different muscles that you're working when you run compared to when you trot, compared to when you walking. When you stretching out, you stretching on totally different muscles. And them the muscles that I like working with. Because them the muscles that's going to build your pace. Now, I'm not going to go into details of how you get there. Because, you know, I gotta, you know, y'all got to start helping me out, man. Y'all got to start hitting that cash up. And now I go into details and start making y'all bring in some pencils and papers and we can get a little deeper into shit. Because you can work the hell out of a dog and you don't know what to get a dog and how that dog prepared to do that shit, you're going to fall to the floor. Anyway, you know, because both of them work hand in hand. What you do to your dog, you got to be able to fix. And you got to be able to prep him and have all the right shit in him to complete such a task. You know, the way you get there, you know, to complete that task without fucking him up and burning him up.
See, you want me to do a membership thing, man?
Huh?
What, we're going to have to do a membership thing?
Well,
you know, we
I mean, when we look, here go my thing. There's one thing to support the channel, you know, by showing up, you know. But let's get back to the reality of the support. Guys is getting a lot of free information. It's getting about that time. It's getting late into the game. You know what I mean?
No. Hey.
Me, they don't push enough like buttons. When I start seeing us go over 100 like buttons, then I'll start asking for us to support. A lot of the guys are in the back street. Okay, y'all in the back street, y'all catching the love. It's still a chance to support. You know, they get a lot of knowledge from a lot of people here. And, you know, by us not asking for much, you know what I mean? You know,
that's legit. I ain't gonna be out.
It fell off.
It's okay. It ain't like I was doing it for the money anyway.
Nope.
About the appreciation thing, right?
Right. You know, support the channel. Channel doesn't run on free.
Right. I gave my big shout out to Noonie, you know.
Oh man, thank you. Thank you. That's a good one. Big shout out to Noonie.
I started the show out with a moment of silence.
Oh, that's good.
But
it's a pleasure that I got a chance to know him, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Him and Big Rock, boy, them dudes, you know, they were some good dudes when it comes to the dog. I don't know all about their personal life and none of that shit. You know, I can say something about a lot of shit, but they were dog men to me. I don't know, that's all I've seen, you know? I can say the same thing about McNasty now. Now, when I bring them into my personal business, maybe, you know, back then of the time, the dog was our personal business. And that's all we knew. You know what I mean, Mike?
Mm-hmm.
That Looney was a great dog, man. I mean, he's a legendary dog, man, for a lot of people that don't really know that. But if you look at all the white and the black dog, man, back in the day, I guarantee you see all the ones who knew Looney when he died. Look at all the condolences from all the old dog men, Mr. Tupper, all of them. All of them. Joe, you know what I mean? You know the Detroit family gonna look out. You know Ohio family gonna look out, you know? But Looney was known by a lot of old dog men. I'm talking about the 80s dog men.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Another great one.
Yeah.
Hey, what are we talking about? Now, you took care of the stress levels shit. Now, bring me back down to why our on top of the weights we used to dog walk around with all the time. Their weight pulling regimen.
You talk about the sled.
The sled, yeah. Now, fill them in on the sled.
The sled is the sled is a whole different style of work.
Right.
Because we dealing with different muscles when we pulling that sled with the weights on. Remember, he got to dig down into that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You know, you want the kind of weights where he can't take off and run like he want to, because he gonna have that pace and energy and strength. No, you put that sled under, you already know he cock strong from running on that damn mill with them weights. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
When you put them other weights on, you ain't giving him no pace time to take off. You giving him dig time.
Power.
You gonna put just enough weights on there where he can't run. He gotta dig. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because he gonna want to dig, he gonna dig at a fast pace. But you want just enough weights on there where he can't take off and run. Because that's what he gonna want to do. You put the right thing in front of him, he gonna want to run. You know what I mean? Because his energy level, what he been doing on that electric mill and that slap mill. Put them weights on there. You got the right weights, boy. You getting a workout. You're gonna see some pulling. You can see a whole different style of muscles that he using. He using them shoulders. He using that back end. He using a whole different type of form. That kind of form where, you know, that's why Buck Rogers would push right through anything they tried to get. You know how they do them? Bratton just push their way back wherever the hell they wanted to go.
Can't keep them out.
Keep them out. Because they was too strong. They push. That's from pulling that sled. You know, that go work hand in hand with competition when you weight pull it and your dog is a weight puller. God will tell you. You know, they don't work on pace, they work on power. But when you're working on pace and power, you know, it's the key. What am I conditioning you for? I'm covering all angles. And all angles is a must. Because I'm gonna need all that in that box. You know what I'm saying?
But they say the same thing. They say if you can be a great conformation dog, then you should be a good wall climber, treadmill racer, and weight puller, because the conformation dog is the equivalent of all three of them put together. The right one. Big shout out to my man Melee 420. What up, fam? Put it down. My brother from another mother. What up, dog?
Marcus? Marquise, I see you. I hope I'll give you a little insight.
Hussein said, now, can I take one that's never been on and they will barnstorm it. But I'm still learning the mill. Just give me a bite. Field and chain, a piglet, a cage, and a car. I can show you some. You got to, that's why we call you the insane one. But yeah, honey badger. I know it takes some work, man. I mean, for, a lot of us out there should know that. The ones who had the experience of actually having to put a dog in shape for whatever reason, they didn't do it just one time. And all of them will be able to tell you, should be able to tell you. I got better and did it. Because there were some men out here were just known as being just great motherfucking conditioners. I can tell you, we used to have quick ones, but everybody knew, you know, they gave my brother a lot of props on his conditioning. A lot of props. You know, one of the things that I know we used to always deal with is them dogs look bigger than what their weight said. They always look like we always had the bigger dogs. But be at the same weight. I'll never, ever remember us ever fell on the weight, paying forfeit on any weight. But I know how he got there. Remember, we've had them 2 hours and 3 hour bangs, you know, just seeing what it took just to be there, because you don't be prepared for that. But just to know, for us to see it when it actually happens, that we had bulldog in us to get there, because wasn't no special training in none of it. So I can just imagine, okay, you taking that same concept and you over here and you got your direction and the work that you got to put in, you know, are you willing to put it in? Because I can tell you, it's not going to be easy. And then if you're putting on all that work, it's okay to travel. I mean, I just think there's nothing wrong with competition. I mean, we spent the last month at least building up to that moment of the rise and the fall. Game still didn't never change. Game still didn't end. Game gonna always be there. But if we gonna do social media and be out here, so everybody want to sign and sell a dog, well, goddamn it, then why don't I see all these people at these confirmation shows? This is where the competition is going to really get stiff at, because there are titles there. There is recognition there. It will shine a whole new light on a lot of things, and especially when it comes down, you know, the respect of the game. Because I think competition always going to bring the shit that comes with competitive people. The shit talking, you ain't got shit, all part of the game. But one damn thing for sure, I'm here standing here with a damn bulldog. I'm standing right here with what I consider, what I bought up in here today. This motherfucker right here.
Man, you should see how they used to bring Mayday up into those shows, man.
The same way I would have.
Just him being there was one thing, but to have him there, the way they had him, you know, great shape, but muscled up.
Monster. You know what he looked like.
Yes, he did.
That motherfucker is a totally different dog than he does looked in them pictures.
Yes, he is.
That motherfucker, you gotta see that motherfucker when he on stupid, and now he flexing.
Right. He wasn't coming in looking like no conditioned dog at 60 pounds.
No.
You know what I'm saying? No.
No, he's the monster at this point.
Yeah, they coming in 65, 67 pounds with muscles bulging from everywhere. And you know how he already a nut. He pulling and flexing and muscles popping out every damn where. Looking like, I mean, Barracuda act just like you. You know, Bracknell act just like him. They get down that stands, man. They get to walk the way they walk and pull, muscles coming out everywhere.
Intensity. And see, that's the judge. The judge is when everybody see that big sunburst coming through there, they looking like at the same thing I look at when I see him. This is a big ass, big head motherfucker. Big head motherfucker.
Big head, wide ass mouth. He had like a pointed face, but his mouth was so damn wide.
And he did, and you know what? They had all of them had them crazy ass ears. I mean, Helen them got it to this day.
Yep. Spice got red ears, the airplane ears.
Yeah.
So the Storm.
Mm-hmm.
But this big floppy Barracuda.
Yeah, flop Nico ears and shit.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man, fellas, the same shit, the same type of dog, same intensity, same everything. The dog is gonna be the dog.
Right.
He ain't gonna change.
Yeah, and conditioning, the only difference between wall climbing, treadmill racing, weight pulling is when you're using match dogs, we needed all that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Needed all of it.
Yep. They had to be good treadmill runners. They had to be great weight pullers. You know what I'm saying?
Had to get down.
They had to get down, dig in. They had to have all that. The weight pulling, confirmation.
Well, they look good once they're already ready, though.
Yep.
When you get ready with everything else, confirmation is a show off. Because now you're looking at a specimen. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Looking at a damn specimen.
I mean, that's how a lot of those good dogs that came in, you could just almost tell. You could almost tell. When you see a real good dog, I mean, you can take me to a place and put two dogs in the box, and I can tell you which one of them dogs is the great dog. Don't have to know about either one of them, but I can point out who that bad motherfucker is. Now, when he go in there with this other dog and win, that's a different story. Depending on the dog who's coming in there with him. Look at them both and be like, oh boy, might be a good one here.
Yeah, when they're right. Most of the great ones I didn't see, there was no excuses.
You can see it in them.
You see it in them.
Usually be them great kennels, you know what I mean? Be them great kennels that had those exceptional dogs.
Everything about them be exceptional, fellas. Everything about them. Just what confirmation does to me, it almost sets a standard of what these dogs are supposed to be. Because confirmation, in order to be a great confirmation dog, you're going to have to be a good dog of all of those other three things. It states that. Hold on. Tell you what it means.
Why you talking about that, Mike? Let me get this comment out the way. I'm sorry.
Catch your breath first. Don't do.
Yeah, let me get this comment out the way right here. You talking about Victor said a guy bought a bitch to breed to Mayday. He said Mayday grabbed the bitch by the head and in one bite and she dropped dead. Let me tell you what Victor said about Brat when he grabbed her to Mayday. You can go look at the picture and look how they got Brat wrapped up breeding the Mayday. You don't see Mayday wrapped up. Look at how he got Brat wrapped up. Go pull a pedigree up. Who was it? Little Mayday's pedigree, right, Mike?
Yeah.
Little Mayday's pedigree, you'll see a picture of Brat and Mayday being bred. I just showed y'all that picture before, but have you ever noticed the way Victor had her tied up, taped up? One damn thing for sure. She would have hit his ass.
He hit ass up.
And Victor knew it. Do not let this crazy bitch grab my Mayday. You might have to kill this bitch. But one damn thing for sure. One thing for sure. If he wanted to hit her, you best believe Victor wouldn't have had her tied the fuck up. Because Brat was going to hit him anyway.
Yeah.
You know, like Victor tell you, Brat was on go 24/7. Just bring her out. She on 24/7. That's that Mayday shit. That's where it come from.
Crazy.
Straight nut shit. To me, all those great Mayday dogs had that crazy shit to them. They had another level of intensity. Like I said, that Super Saiyan shit. That's what made them dogs stand out. That was believe me, that was a trait, y'all. That was a trait because there wasn't too many Mayday dogs who were going out there, you know, winning all these matches in well over an hour. That was some bullshit. You ain't gonna see that. They go in there and do what they got to do. They be in some battles. But I seen Twisted, I seen Larry Cooter in two good matches. The matter of fact was one of their longest matches against two badass kennels, two badass dogs. And that very same shit that I talk about when I talk about that Mayday intensity, that weird, crazy level of bulldog. They all had it. They all had it. You know what I'm saying, man?
I'm telling you, add that with destruction, ability, and the ability to take that and be able to do whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah, that attitude on top of that, man, it just made them rough. They was very intense. Intense, rough ass dogs. They did not play. That's what made Mayday dogs great. They acted like Mayday. Mayday was a nut. Mm-hmm.
What I was going to say was, when I was talking about the confirmation part, and Mo was saying, confirmation ties all these sports together. A dog can't scale a 13-foot wall or pull 4,000 pounds if his shoulders angulation is wrong or his hooks are weak. Structure is performance. All three of those things, you're supposed to have a great confirmation dog. Because you got to be willing to put in that work to see exactly what we mean when we say that. Because I always look at our dogs at Showtime, and they were great. They would been some great confirmation dogs. What do you think, Mo?
Oh yeah, definitely. There's no doubt. There was no doubt at all.
Especially if they have been around other dogs. You know they're going to be looking good.
There's no doubt.
Well,
I just think the most important part is, like you said, you got to know the dogs. If you know the dogs, then you'll understand what you're working with. And if you know the dog, then you know how to work the dog. But if you don't have no experience on working a dog, when you're trying to figure out how to work a dog, you need to pay real close attention and let your common sense figure out your questions. That's all it takes, common sense. If you're listening, but I'm telling you what to do.
I want to give a big shout out to my man Tanny Soul. He said Norfield's still here. Yeah. I know I'm late with that, Tanner. So I see you, fam. Big shout out to my man Lloyd, 1978. What up, fam? But yeah, man, we should, believe it or not, my father-in-law still races horses at Norfield. After all these years, he's still racing horses up there. So yeah, I know it's still there. They're still getting it in Northfield. I don't know if Mountaineer is still around either, but yeah, I remember Mountaineer.
Used to be called Waterford Park.
Used to be Waterford Park, and then you had Thistledown. All you fellas remember way back, Thistledown was big. Big shout out to my man Archie Fuller. What up, fam? Let's see. And I see all my dog, man. Cosmin Cal, TV. What up, fam? Just a dog, man's USAK. What up, fam? I see you, fam. Marquise, Mr. Will Turner. What up, though? I see y'all, fam. Let me see who else I got here. Mo, my man Archie Fuller said, Mo, look up Fuller's Bodacious. I don't have a picture of him, but he was a mofo. You hear me?
Yeah, I gotta look him up.
Okay.
You're doing something.
Big shout out to my man, Mr. Will Turner. He said back in the day, hardest one for us to breed was out of Lucane and Champion Atilia. Yeah, man, it was problems breeding. We always had problems breeding our shit.
Yeah, I mean, we brought the breed Lucane and Brat, and that dog was back in 24 hours.
Look how he got Brat. He got her muzzled up. Brat looked big as hell standing there, though.
The muscles, that's that work. That's that work I put in. That's a 36 pounder, y'all. Yeah.
That big rangy bitch will crush you. You see how he got him muzzled the hell up? Yeah, she was a hard breeder. And Pretty Mama, she was another one. She was another one that turned it down, breeding stand over. She was no easy roll either.
No.
I thought bitches was, I used to think bitches were supposed to just go ahead and back up and let them get it off. But why wasn't our bitches like that? Why we always had to have problems?
Because the way we were raised. We were raising bulldogs. We weren't raising no damn breeding bitches and dogs. Goddamn. Remember how we had to do Roger? Roger bit the dog in that prison. Well, We trying to get in the sniffer. He invent the shit. What's wrong with this damn crazy ass dog? Oh, it gets hard when you're trying to breed two nuts now. What if your male ain't trying to breed it? He wants to fight too.
Look at the body on that black motherfucker, man. That buddy love right there. For those who don't know. Let me see.
Looking for money? I thought you were looking for something.
No, that's you moving around. I was checking out my man Archie. He said the first time I rode him, he didn't put a hole in the other hound. By the 20-minute mark, the other hound was stretched out on his chest and couldn't stand. Pressure bites. Yes, sir. Them the ones you be wondering where the damage at, and then you start seeing, you know, them big balloon spots. I call them balloon spots. Something been ruptured. Them purple spots, them big knots. Yeah. Them pressure biters, man. I think one of the biggest things you got to get beyond as far as competition wise is you can't be afraid. I mean, and trust me, I'm not calling people punks because they don't show their dogs. What I'm saying is that step forward to take on that type of responsibility as far as competition is concerned takes a different type of dog person. You know, and it really does. You know, I see the Westminster. I mean, you know, it's the dog show.
Westminster.
Yeah, Westminsters. I see the AKC dog shows, and all them people and all of, you know, these big time organizations put on some hellified shows with some hellified dogs. And if you notice and take a closer look at the people who's actually putting in all that type of work, and they can tell you the bloodline and everything. And these is off of the famous so-and-so dog. I mean, they got it all platinoed up over there. And I feel like we should be able to do the same thing, because it's not like this is new to the American Pit Bull Terrier. I just think it was a time to where the generation got away from it because it was so available, as we tried to show you over the last couple shows. Why bloodlines matter. Why papers matter. Even if it wasn't the right papers, it didn't give a damn. You look at it now, it is what it is, because shit, it wasn't shit, we wouldn't be talking about it. So whatever the hell is on the damn paper, the damn dog is about that life. and it's producing shit. So whether the papers is wrong or not, who gives a damn? We stuck on the dog. Look at the reasoning behind why you're thinking like that. Remember, this is through all the bullshit this dog game has given us. We all stopped at one point and said, damn, Maurice did all that and so was doing all that. Well, guess what? The ones who had that bullshit that had, you know, there was all that and wasn't bred the way it was supposed to be bred, it didn't matter to him. And it sure as hell wouldn't have mattered to me. Because this is a bad motherfucker right here. And everything coming down off of him bad. So maybe he ain't bred the way he's supposed to, but I don't give a damn. If you want to have and produce what he doing, if you want to use the paper, go ahead. But if you're trying to use the dog, that's where I think you should stay at. Because the dog make the paper don't make the dog. And at that point where the dog is about worth talking about, why would you give a damn what the hell the paper said? All you got to do is keep breeding what made that dog. If that's what the paper said, then shit, I would be more concerned on trying to stretch out that dog where it wouldn't have mattered what the paper said. The whole concept would change from whatever the paper said to this dog right here is what he down off of. Some of that shit is just undeniable because, again, we always going to find controversy in the American Pit Bull Terrier. It's always going to be there, but one thing is undeniable, and that is competition. There's going to be winners, and then there's going to be losers. If you get tired of being a loser, then you better step your game up, because competition is competition, and there are avenues of competition that I think can be seriously taken advantage of if you're willing to put in the work. I mean, can't take nothing away from anybody that's willing to put in the work and get out there and show their dog. I got big, high hopes and respect for anybody who's willing to do it, because it takes a hell of a dog, woman or man, to actually do this. And to try to be successful at it too, I mean, you really being serious about it. You mean, yeah, you will get up and go travel. You need them titles. I need them points. I need what it takes, because I'm putting in the work and I'm going to get the respect I deserve that comes from my work. And I'm always show up with a nice, I am the competition, because I'm showing up with some nice shit. Remember, at that point, papers don't matter. You're right. I'm going to be the hardest judge, because I'm going to be able to step back and look at my shit and know that everybody else is going to see what I see. You know, you see what I see. And that's what matters. You need to be your toughest critic. And when you put that kind of responsibility on yourself, there's a whole lot that goes with that. And I'm just curious just to see, you know, is that the best way to go? And then now, as far as, are you willing to put in that work? Because it's almost the same thing for me. You know, the purpose is totally different, but everything else stays the same. You're going to have to travel. You're going to have to put in some work. And based on what you're doing, how you doing it, recognition going to follow. Whether it be the trophies or the ribbons. I mean, I see a couple of my peoples out there coming back with some of them trophies and them ribbons. I'll be checking them out. You know, you can't hate on that. You can't help but respect that, because they putting in that work. They getting out there trying to get it in and getting some rewards for that work. Now imagine what it's going to look like and how hard that get when everybody starts showing up, bringing that work. I like it better when the competition's tough, because then you get a chance to see a whole lot of great looking dogs and have to pick, I mean, literally pick a winner out of a bunch of great looking dogs is really hard to do, fellas. And I'm not trying to be, and I take out all the bias. I don't know the name of the dog. I don't know the man with the dog. I'm just looking at nothing but the dogs. And if you judging a group of dogs and they all look great, that is a hard decision. And in order to make a decision like that, you got to be able to come up with what made that dog better than the other 3 dogs or 4 dogs or 5 dogs that you had that you chose that dog. And be willing to explain it. Because people be wanting to know. And I'll never have no problem telling them what made the difference. Some people might not do that, but I think it's only fair. That it actually make the next, some people take that as productive criticism. Instead of getting mad about it, tighten up on it, something that they missed. So I'm gonna sit there and say, "Oh, you ain't know what the fuck you're talking about." Well, that comes along with the judging part, But there's still no difference. Competition is always going to have its major ingredients. But you got to first have opponents and the stage to perform on. I just want y'all to just think about the last shows and think of that time period and how everybody, it seemed like not just everybody, but how things increased over the years to where a lot of these great dogs that we talked about, and that's even in the now, come out of that era that at some point that era is over. And it becomes a new era. Now, how you build off of that is totally up to whatever you choose to do. I look at the part that where, there's room over here for work and respectful titles against good competition. You know what I'm saying? And if you've never done it before, try it. Because it's a learning experience. It might be something that gets you hooked. Man, can't knock a working dog, man. That's all I'm saying. You can't knock a working dog, man. Chico said, Twin said the game ain't free. You're right. Never have been either. Chico, ain't never been free. Man, you think about how much dog food and chains and dog houses. I mean, in medicine. I mean, just the maintenance shit, Hey, this game ain't never been free. I think I think that you got to pay to play, like you said. You got to pay to play. I mean, if you're going to be paying, you might as well jump out there and grab one of these shows and get out there, because if I'm paying, I'm bringing the best I can bring. I'm not going to be playing with nobody when it comes down to winning. Is that the competitive nature in me? Well, I would think that would be the competitive nature in anybody in anything that they're doing. So I know it's more than just me. I just put it out there as being enthusiastic about coming from my time and understanding what that feeling is like and addressing it like, it would be no different doing it the Conformation Treadmill Racing wall climbing weight pulling situation. I'm still going to have to bring one of the back. I mean, my creation of what I think I need to win and believe in it to bring it. I think that's what's important. That's what should matter. And that was this way, small conversation, because I know we've been back on that bus a while. And I always wondered what would be the future look like when it came to these dogs. And, I'm still stuck on, the dog show situation. Because there's a lot of bulldogs out there. A lot of people starting to show these dogs. I mean, this is where, history starts at, even in that, because they got their own history going on over there. You know what I'm saying? It's really like jumping into the fast lane when you start messing with the ADBA. I feel like that sometimes, because some guys, they've been at this for quite some time, almost like they regulars. So I always feel like that bias, that comes with organizations to kind of be like, not taking nothing away from them. It's just, it's taking them too long to adjust to the change. You know what I'm saying? Well, I felt like the change. I feel a lot more comfortable with creating more competition for the ADBA. They need more competitive registries or promoters of these events to bring a little bit more fluency. When I say fluency, I'm looking at a more diverse group of people. Being able to be on the same playing field and be judged for what they put their hard time and their work into, without all the favoritism or the other bullshit that comes with it, But change only comes when you got a lot of different people becoming a part of the change. Big shout out to Motor City Bart. I see you, fam. Big shout out. R.I.P. Nooney. I see you, fam. Prayers up. I got to try an ADBO show. Now I got 2 shows in mind in my area. And saying you should. And share that time with us. Because I know if you put in the time to actually go do one, I know you ain't gonna be going in there with no bullshit. I know you're gonna be going in there with some shit. You're gonna put that time in because like I know you don't have to do that. But I know damn well if you're gonna take the time out and do it, you're gonna be putting some work in. And I would love to see what your work look like. Share it with us if you ever decide to do it. And that's anybody out there. Anybody out there. Yeah. Share your work. Let us see what you're working with. I'll tell you what, when you show it like that and you didn't, the next picture show them trophies and shit, everybody be looking at that shit different. People gonna be asking you how he breed. How she breed. Tell you, a good dog don't need no audience. He gonna get one anyway. He don't need it, but he gonna get it anyway. I can't hate on that. And can't nobody else. If you was doing it, putting yourself in a position, you would love to be in that spot too. So, because you can't, don't hate. That part has been around the game a lot. a lot of years too, though. It just comes. It's just a part of the game. That's all. Hey Mo,
Yeah.
you've been awful quiet, so I'm taking it that you
Listening to you.
are done pulling up shit. Cause you see, I get on this other shit over here. You have very little to say. Cause this just ain't your forte. I know, but I needed to get away for a little bit. Get them back over here to see. You going, regardless of what you do, how you're doing it, you still gonna have to put in work. The bulldog is still the same bulldog, always and will always be that bulldog. And I believe that. I don't take nothing away from that. I stand on that. You will meet some good people, great dog man at that, and rubbing elbows. Yes, sir. Here's some great stories. I mean, I you know what? And that's another good thing I liked about the dog show. I got a chance to meet a lot of good dog men. Surprisingly, kind of like I heard of you guys. You know what I mean? Heard of you back then. You know, this to hear them say it, you know, and to actually meet them face to face, always felt was a pleasure. I mean, like damn. I mean, I felt like that when Ozzy called us, you know, across the room. Is that the twins over there? Oh shit, who you talking to? Man, you're only 2 motherfucking twins up in here. Who you think you talking to? But those are great feelings, you know, them the memorable moments. Hey, yeah. Hey, what was that dog that they wanted you to pull up, Mo? Did you find him?
Yeah, I had him up there, Captain America.
Okay, yeah.
That's the same kennel right there. That's that champion Bonnie dog. Bet she bred the same weight. You can tell. I'm just going through shit since we into that, you know, confirmation stuff, and I think it's pretty interesting.
ADBA right there, champion.
Yeah.
Look at that body.
That's a female.
Yeah. Yeah. Big shout out to my man Johnny Rocket. My man Johnny Rocket said, twin, how many times a week do you use the weight sled in your keep? Mo?
How many times?
Yeah.
I can't really tell them how many times. It's a process. Because when you say keep, you're talking about the whole keep. You know, just know that, just put it like this. Build up to one thing before you go to the next thing. Because when you bring in the sled, it's not how many times you bring the sled in, or how many times I use it, it's when I use it, and why I use it, when I use it. You know, that's the key. Who's that, Johnny Rocket?
Yeah. Everything happens in stages, Johnny. I know he ain't trying to tell you everything, but piece it together because everything does happen in stages.
Like I said, it takes, if they've been listening to everything I've said, and it's the philosophy of what I'm saying, because I done told them a lot. They just got to use their common sense and understand what I told them.
Yeah.
There's certain things that I told them. And that's the key.
You don't need to tell you how.
It's all on video. You just gotta remember what I said. That's the key. You put it all together. Common sense will put it together for you. What's the reason why I keep the weight harnesses on? What happens when I take it off? Can anybody remember what happens when I take the weights off? When do I take the weights off the dogs? Anybody remember? I'm gonna check the chat, Mike. See if anybody remembers. When do the weights come off? And why do they come off? At what point do I take the weights off?
My man Chico Nicholas said we got a show coming up next week in Michigan. I'll be there. Love to see how you do, man. Take many pictures. Share them with us. Look forward to seeing what you're bringing.
Yeah, that would be interesting. That would be nice.
Motor City Bar said, I met Schoolboy at a confirmation show right here in Michigan. Yeah. Schoolboy was a great judge. Yeah. He said, Fuller's Bodacious, Mo.
Okay, I'm gonna go check for it.
Yeah, that black dog was beautiful. That bitch was built. See, I like them long range ones when they look like that and you see every damn muscle in them. Like, Brat looked big, y'all, but for real, she was not a big dog. She just was big. You know what I'm saying? For her weight.
So was Buck Rogers.
Yeah. All them dogs was big. They just looked at big for their weight. Remember, they always thought, hell, no way in the hell he's going to make weight. Shit. Yeah, he will.
They see them muscled up dogs and they be like, wait a minute, man, this is bullshit here.
You know, Mama used to look good. She used to look like a damn male.
Yep, she was.
When she was in shape. When she was in shape, she looked like a fucking male. She act like a male.
She looked like Tornado in shape. You know how the muscle bulge out in Tornado?
Yeah, little powerhouse.
Straight powerhouse.
And
that's
she was
the people putting them in shape.
She was another one that was big for her weight compared to everybody.
That's full of bodacious. This motherfucker triple mayday.
Let me move this tag right there.
Now that dog, where that dog is bred, he's supposed to be able to do something. If he ain't doing nothing but producing, he better be able to do something. This shit right here is the same shit that was inside, that was on in the Captain America, Mike.
Mm-hmm.
I would take a male, I'd take a female out of this and breed it to that damn Captain America You know what I'm saying? Now imagine if this dog had a Little May sister. These are the kind of breedings, you know, the journal, you know, without the journal, and really Pals Online can't help you much. But these are the kind of breedings where you be like, now, neither one of those dogs that we were looking at tonight, you know, one of them was a weight puller, okay? That's for sure. That was Captain America. But the way he was bred, you know what I mean? And being the fact that they was competing him and he was a weight puller, so you know he's strong as hell. So you could just about imagine how he looked. See, I'm gonna go on that point right there because he was a weight puller based on how he looked. And a weight pulling dog gotta be game as shit. A gameless has a lot to do with weight pulling. If you ain't game, you ain't moving shit. If you game, you done got to this point where you know they know how to make them boys you show their true gameness. They got that one thing that dog are focused on so much that he's so focused, his gameness. You know, he exerted all his strength and they move some of the most remarkable weight based on gameness. That's gameness that does that shit. Just the power it takes for them to even start to move it. Once they start moving it, it's all good because they know how to dig. But the hardest part is to be able to move that initial pull. That dog got to really want that shit to move. What is it that he like that he can pull 4,000 pounds? You know what I'm saying?
Shit.
That's saying a lot. But yeah, I'd take a bitch out of this. I'd take a bitch out of this dog right here. And if it was this dog was a female, I would bring her back to that dog up there, that Captain America. And you would not, you'd be probably be surprised on what you get. It would definitely be an experiment. Man, the dogs, they come from a line of shit. That, you know, they on the good side of the fence. So since they on the good side of the fence and they proven to be good looking dogs, you know, just imagine if you bought them dogs together, because it would definitely be a line breeding, but it'd be a line breeding that would be unmistakably a very nice cross. Because that's exactly the way Captain America was built. He was built on making the right cross. Remember, the dog had Maverick in it, inbred Maverick. On top of all that other inbred shit, you know what I'm saying? 3 tight bloodline. Every one of them was tight. All them ones in Captain America, there was tight crosses. And when you make them kind of tight crosses, 3 in, 1 out, 50-50, but your 50-50 is a tight cross. You know what I'm saying? That's how you get the production that you're looking for. But you got to do it with, you know, you got to do it with the right dogs. You know, some of those bloodlines, like, you know, what I be talking about, why y'all breed them cold bitches. Let me tell you something about cold bitches. I've seen enough cold bitches, and number 2 right up under honey bunches of cold bitches. And there's a whole line of dogs that come down off that cold bitch. That's why you breed cold bitches. Because she was a daughter of yellow. That's why we bred the cold bitch. That's what they're saying. You know what I mean? If I'm going to do an outcross, I'm going to take this cold bitch, a daughter of yellow, and breed the grand champion buck. Okay, come on, man.
A cold bitch.
A cold bitch, but she's breeding the grand champion buck. It's a setup. Just like Triple M did with that cold bitch he had. He bred it to a dog off a Jeep. Long Widow's brother, don't forget. Long Widow's brother. Long Abe, all them litter mates. You know, that's like taking Awesome baby, off a yellow, and breeding the grand champion buck. You taking this cold bitch, straight nigga dog, and you breeding to an outcross of a dog like Jeep. A dog off a Jeep. What the heck y'all think y'all was supposed to, that's a breed. It's the Jeep shit. It's the registered American Jeep. Y'all get it? The registered American Jeep. That was the target point. Long weirdo. It's the registered American Jeep. All them sons of Jeep that produced, it was the registered American Jeep. Charlie didn't have no registered American shit in, but Charlie produced goddamn Matchdog, but he wasn't Jeep. Because he didn't have the registered American trait that Jeep had. He produced good dogs, but Jeep created great dogs, a lot of them. Charlie wasn't bred as much as Jeep though, Reese. But guess what? Because he wasn't Jeep. Shit.
Shit. You know, being Superman had him. It was if he felt anything, he would, Superman would have been doing it, Mo.
He was trying.
You're right. He had certain type of dogs, and you made that good and clear, didn't you?
Yep.
I don't do twin, I don't do nothing but killers. That's what you said.
Killer.
I ain't trying to get nothing out there long. I can't. What dog was that?
He created Ace. He created Ace on the outcrop. But goddamn, when you created Ace, you got Tommy Spider and Zebo on the bottom. Both dogs carry registered male traits. Not Charlie. Not Charlie. I see it. You had a bottom. They had two registered mares, Grand Champion Zebo and Tommy Spider being bred together. There's a registered male trait. That's why you got motherfucking Grand Champion. Bet that shit to Charlie. Charlie was a great dog coming out of great litter. But Charlie did not carry the registered male trait. He carried the match dog. What better match dog would you take a registered mare of Grand Champion Zebo bred to Tommy Spider, that old Hetry Lightner shit, and then crossing it back into some Jeep shit, some bully son. Come on, man. That's why Ace didn't have, if he had some brothers, they wasn't none of them like him. And why was Ace able to produce the dogs that he produced, like Red Ace now? You know what I'm saying? Because he put a genetic pattern in them for damn sure. What helped that? That registered male trait, that ability to move certain genetics into certain dogs. Grand Champion Ace was a stifled dog. Period. He was a rough ass dog. No, that didn't have nothing to do with Charlie. Charlie was his daddy, but that's probably why Ace was the dog that he was. He had that crazy Jeep shit in him. Cause Jeep, remember I told you two dogs that had that crazy, off to the left that I've always noticed. These dogs was on another level. And that was those Jeep dogs and the Mayday dogs. It was their intensity. That blink out. They was, you'll know when you're in the box and you facing one of them and you about 20 minutes in and this motherfucker's still looking at you like he looked at you at the beginning of the match. Still going up to your ass like he just started. It's like there's something in him just got him doing it like that. That's why they become so successful doing it.
Determination that ain't gonna go but one way, my way.
Yeah. Games.
that willpower to just make it they shit.
I mean, and I'm talking about crazy games. I ain't just talking about gamers and just fight crazy games. I'm talking about a part of his gamers was in what grade with his nuttiness. His not just game, just straight out nuts. You know, they in there on a whole different pattern than most of them. That's why those dogs are so great. They stand out.
They got that factor.
Yeah. The Stone City dogs weren't nothing like Mayday dogs. Nothing like them. Mayday dogs are definitely rougher than the Stone City dogs. You know, when you cross them together, you got a completion, but the whole trick of the whole thing was you got the trick was you just bred registered made dogs. How can you go wrong? Well, the dogs got possibility to create. They got possibility anytime you're dealing with a registered mare dog or dogs. There's gonna be certain things that the whole litter may not have, but those dogs who's got that trait, you gonna see it and you gonna know it. That's usually how it works. Jesse bred to Miss Nico with that Nico dog. When he bred to that Jeep bitch, let me tell you, out of that litter, we didn't just have little, but you know, down there, every one of them puppies off of Yellow Buck and Miss Nico produced the motherfucking champion. Or at least every single one of them produced the winner. Down there, every one of them Stone City Yellow Buck puppies produced the winner. Every single one of them. I'm not just talking about Little Buck and Sir Kale. There was other litter mates. Look at the one the Black Eyes had. Baby off of Yellow Buck, Miss Nico. Champion little dog that he had. Beat that killer clown bitch. That bitch was off of Yellow Buck and Miss Nico. There's another one up there. I forgot what he was, but he produced he produced the grand champion down, so off of Yellow Buck, Miss Nico. You know, why was all those dogs able to produce? Because evidently, every one of them might be not strong as other ones that, you know, like them, but they all carried that ability to produce match dogs. When you got that set in stone, that's something you ride on. That's why that shit's still lingering around. You know, you got to look at Macho Buck. Macho Buck stuff is still lingering around. Why is it still lingering around? Why are these dogs still there? Well, he was the biggest dog coming out of the Stone City Mayday breeding. You know, can't say he didn't have production skills. How can you say he didn't when he got it all in his genetics? That's why you still seeing Macho Buck popping up in great dogs. No, he has the genetics. Could have said the same thing about Screaming Demon when you start talking about Fatty Girl. Fatty Girl was the factor. Got Fatty Girl being bred to a Jeep dog. What? Why wouldn't she not supposed to produce Screaming Demon? A producer, a champion. Right along with Skins. You see what I'm saying, Money?
They're going hard shit though.
Mm-hmm. That game real shit was, they knew what they was doing. If they didn't know what they was doing, they sure made a hell of a good mistake. It didn't take but one. But like Stone City, they numbers, you gotta admit, you gotta give them their props for their numbers. Mayday dog did not produce like as many as there was. Egg didn't get a chance to produce. 600 didn't get a chance to produce. Chanel didn't get a chance to produce. Annabelle, she was okay, but she was not a great producer. But she could produce. Brat was a good producer, but she wasn't able to produce. She had a son that turned out to produce it, but the son came back off of Mayday. So now you get that helps him out a whole lot when you got registered mayor traits in you. You got grand champion ace traits in you coming down off of registered mayor dogs. If you gain one of these motherfuckers supposed to produce. Don't none of them produce. One of these dogs is supposed to be able to produce. When you put that formula together, you ain't looking but for one. Anything after one is great. Because like I said, that list is not big pertaining to the dogs that got out here and was able to produce and become registered mayors. It's a very hard task. Just like it was just as hard to become a grand champion female. You know what I'm saying? There wasn't too many of them around. Still ain't too many. And you know, on that list, before that shit got taken down, it wasn't a whole lot of females. But what females do we know after it came along? After that, they came along. Look at Red Ruby. She is a prime example of what I'm talking about. That's why she made that list. You know, remember, she would be one of them dogs that they had the journal. She'd be on that list with them very few grand champion bitches. And did she have any puppies? Because she had made registered mayor? Nope. Miss Luca, with all that registered mayor shit that she had her, could she produce? Nope. And how far do you drag that shit out? It'd be nice to be able to take two bitches like that and turn them into registered mayors, you know? But usually that's the flaws. You know, see, give me one grand champion female. Grand champion female, remember? Look on the ROM list and tell me how many grand champion females you see on the ROM list. Sound crazy, but everybody to look at their numbers and start understanding the true in depth of stuff, because everybody's breeding dogs. You know, you see a lot of shit in that third and fourth, but what really makes me look twice is when I see it in the first and second. If you can give me some shit working from the first to the second, and I'm impressed in the third, then I understand why the first and second is doing what it's doing. See, that's the understanding that I need to take in. That's the understanding that when I look at a pedigree, I look at the second, fourth, and third, and hope like hell you give me something to carry along between the first and the second. And if it's the first and the second, then that means I got a dog on top that should be a motherfucker. That's the only reason we're talking about this setup right here, because it worked. Not because it was bred good, but the results speak for itself. Don't give me a first and second in black and have a great third and fourth and don't have that top motherfucker being worth it down. You better be worth it down for me to like you. Okay, how you bred, did it continue on? Did the saga, did the legacy, did the genetics carry on? Can I get some of the fourth and the third up here in the top? Give me something to look forward to. He might not produce shit.
Well, at least be a bulldog.
But at least be a bulldog. You covered the first and the second generation. That was lacking. They bought the finale is when that first and second is able to produce something that they couldn't be. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
That dog that they produce puts you back around that third and fourth, and that's the result that you're looking for. You can't go generations and keep falling back there on the third and the fourth generation, which the third turns into the fourth, and then the fourth turns into the fifth. And you're still hollering you got good dogs because we clicking way back there, but everything in the next goddamn 3 generations and top of the dog pedigree that we pulling up, ain't none of them done shit. They just got a great background pedigree.
Big shout out to my man, Carlos Rodriguez. I see you, fam.
You gotta keep it there in sight. Don't let it get too far out of sight or you just reach it. And the only way you can do that is you gotta compete with your dogs. If you're not gonna compete with them, then what's the purpose? You gotta, I mean, what is the purpose of all of these breedings if nobody's doing shit with them? You know, that's a good question.
Well, it's a good way to end the show tonight.
Yeah.
Good way to end the show. Because sole purpose. K-Walk, I see you. What up, fam? Look, fellas. We wasn't on the bus. We was actually just hanging around up here in the front because these are very interesting conversations that were seeming like, you know, I felt like we should have at least because there's really not a difference. Times have changed, but the bulldog he's still the same old bulldog. And to do these things, which I think is what, you know, from my understanding, this is what the new thing's supposed to look like. And I will share it again with you. I just want to make sure, I want you guys to understand. No, stay. Hold on, I don't want to do that. Go back over share my screen one time so I can go over this with you guys before I get out of here.
God, okay, Mike, before you do that though, man, look, I want to answer that question right there.
Okay.
Do you get off the weights 2 weeks to the show? I mean, I did ask the question though, didn't I? I did ask the question. And this is the only answer that I found. And let me say this much. You're right. Motor City.
I think he might have left or he was out, but yeah, you just got to it. Yeah, but go ahead and answer it.
Yeah, Motor City, he was right. 2 weeks. What was that week that I did it? What do we call that week that I did it?
Peak week.
There you go. Now you ask yourself, why did he wait to peak week to do it? What do you think? Think about it. You go put some weights on your legs for a couple of weeks and then get down there and take them off and go running. That's all I can say. Common sense.
Peak week.
That's a good one. Good one, Motor City. He was the one that got it right for the night.
Yeah, I just wanted to show him this again. I want to go back over right quick before we leave.
Yes, sir.
I'm still sharing, right?
No, it's on there.
Okay. I just got to get to it on my shit.
Yeah, let me take this off.
All right, fellas. The sole purpose of the show tonight was this is what I consider what the future looks like dealing with these dogs. And as you notice, you see Zebo in there. I'm not trying to read over the whole thing, but it did say in the show ring, Sanctioned by registries like the ADBA and the UKC, conformation is all about standard, structure, balance, and flawless movement. We don't know what the flawless movement is with the American Pit Bull Terrier, but you kind of got the understanding, because if you be around enough of them and you see that structure, you're going to see certain things just go along with it. And that movement has a lot to do with it, because you can have some of the greatest poses. You know what I mean? When they don't even know they're posing. How they carry themselves. It's just something that you'll see. But you see Zebo there. The G bloodline. These are bloodlines who have made an impact on the ADBA and the UKC. You heard me speak about the weight pulling.
I'm telling you, Mayday was a grand champion in the show ring. You could look on his papers, he got grand champion Mayday on his ADBA papers, because he was the grand champion in the ADBA. Yeah.
Grand champion too. You know, he was like a celebrity by that time. He was always a shoe-in. But they disappointed his audience.
That's the key, though. They just didn't bring him in. Got people slapping shots at him. They bought him in.
Every bit bulldog.
Yep.
He was a shoe-in for the win. They didn't just bring him in, they bought him in. Right. Now you get a chance to see what it looked like. His history speaks for itself. The weight pull demands extreme bone tensity, low center of gravity, leverage, and an unmatched mental drive to move thousands of pounds on a rail or a cart system. Look at these. These are dogs who have done it. Legendary weight pull dog. I mean, they have titles, fellas. 4,900 pounds. 4,700 pounds on artificial tracks. Look at this dog, 35 pounder moving 2,000 pounds on wheels. An 80 pounder moving damn near 4,000. They have titles, fellas. You see it says there? Weight pulling legends. It's a whole nother class, but they're getting it in. Wall climbing. Wall climbing. Test a dog's explosive vertical leap, rear assembly power, and precision timing to scale a vertical wall and secure a target tug. Look, fellas. 13 feet, 11 feet. Dogs got titles. Look, it says right here. Top dog pioneers, dogs entering the ADBA's top dog athletic events are currently setting the modern registry standards, where a dog must master the wall climb alongside sprinting disciplines to earn an official athletic title. And making it possible to hand out titles where it means something. And all you got to do is try to be the best at what you're doing. And they do have titles. Treadmill racing. Historically on the slatted tracks or carpet mill is the ultimate test of cardiovascular conditioning, oxygen retention, and an unbroken stamina over short distance sprints or a time duration. You put all three of them dogs together, all three of them events together, and then you get up here and you go back to where we started at. If you got a great conformation dog, he gonna fit all the three of these categories. Everything it really took to be a match dog. And that's what I'm putting out there.
They look like it.
You got to put in that work. There's no way around it. You got to put in that work. And big shout out to all my working dog, man. Feel me? There is hope. There is a future. And it's just as hard as we was doing it based on our purpose, you can be just as hard and still get the same type of dogs on this new purpose. But only time will tell. Only time will tell. Put in that work, find your name up in there, become a part of that history. Because I think that's the best time to do it. There's no time better than now, because that's where all the competition gonna be at. That's where everybody trying to be to the top. And that's what we call it. We consider the fast lane. And why wouldn't I jump right in there if I feel like I'm good enough to do it and I got the dog to do it? I'm gonna get out there and see, and we'll travel. I will travel if necessary to show my shit against the best. That's that dog man mentality. Things haven't really changed that much. The purpose has. That's all I'm saying. So respect the history, but look forward to a good future, because the opportunity's still there. And it ain't taking nothing away from the bulldog, because the bulldog, he gonna be the same regardless of what the purpose is. A real bulldog is a real bulldog. And that's why I'm gonna leave it at. So give me some damn thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Muscles, muscles, muscles. Now, give me some damn roses, roses. My dogs, they need they damn roses.
Give them roses. Give them
their damn roses. You gotta give them their roses.
I gotta show the love. Hey, Coloradians, you were talking about the bruiser dog, the Pan's Nasty produce finish. Hey, take a good look. Don't forget Baby. Go look at her pedigree. That's bruiser stuff with that Pan's Nasty in it. Go look at Grand Champion Romel. You know what I'm saying? Romel Buck. You know, go look at Champion Romel, his daddy. Cross into the Stone City stuff. Remember, that's still Buck stuff. Payne's Nasty came up a buck. Back into a yellow cross. You know what I'm saying?
Man, we follow the damn trend, bro. If they can get the shit, we can get it too. Don't you? We tell you all the time, we copy. We did a lot of copying. Come on, now. We are not bullshitting you. Yeah, 20 of them always got dogs when they bring up dogs, because we had them. And
copy paste. We go show you the shit working for us. That's the main thing.
The thing is, if that shit wasn't working, y'all wouldn't be talking about it no how. Because we sure wouldn't.
I ain't putting no pedigrees and no good ass dog. I'm showing y'all some great shit. And show you why we got it. Because it was evidently must have been some great shit. We trying to keep our hands on some great shit. So if you see some great shit out there, I'll run to go get my shit. You best believe I ain't there to disappoint you and just say I had a dog bred like that. No, I had a dog bred like that, and I'm what we're talking about in this conversation.
Because we just want no paper motherfucking dog.
No.
He wasn't bred to be no paper ass dog. That's why we always had a bunch of shit on the damn yard, because we did a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
We stayed active. Can't stay active bullshitting. Come on now.
Champions produce champions to us.
Yeah,
it comes down from a line of champion dogs being produced. Then I got a great chance to get me the same thing that got them up this far. I'm trying to get the next stage.
And please understand, we speak this with the truth, because look, fellas, we at the bottom of the totem pole and still had some shit. 20, 30 years later. Now, come on now. That's just straight up being factual. You can't go back and change shit. All we try to do is get the enthusiasm that any and everybody can do it. We just gonna tell you how we did it. If they were doing it, we should be able to do it. And what we did different, we should have even better.
I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do though, Mike, before we close the show. I'm gonna go. All y'all gotta do when I say to support the channel, I'm talking about guys. I mean, y'all throw into the kitty. Y'all throw into the kitty. We're gonna go and bring your pens and papers. The kitty gotta move. I'll give y'all updates on the kitty because you're gonna get the information. It don't take but eight good weeks. 8 good weeks. That's down there. 8 good shows, and I'll show you everything it is to talk about. We're gonna first get to the work, and then after the work, we're gonna go back again, and we're gonna do a whole nother 8 weeks. And these 8 weeks is gonna be nothing but how we fed the dogs, how we weighed the dogs, how we cared for the dogs. There's 2 different things there: working and giving the dog the things that they needed to be able to do the work. You know?
Important to get them bodies and get the right dog for the right.
Right. And if y'all, I guarantee you, if everybody was to dig in to get the information, I would chronically literally give you it right there, front and center, dead on the head. But like I said, appreciation comes through support. You know, and if you want that and you ain't got to go buy it in a book or anything else like that, go buy it somewhere by putting a little money here so we can do that for everybody. If everybody get on board, then if everybody want to know, then get on board. And let's just put this thing on out there.
No membership needed, just a little bit of support, and we determine the support.
And I mean support from people that I see come that should have no business trying to get it for free. Because there's a lot of information, a lot of you guys been with us for a long time, never gave up anything. And believe me, I got the cash up. I know who has and who hasn't. You know, and that's what I'm always pressing the mic. They won a lot, but they got to start paying for it. You know what I mean? Because when you don't support the channel, but you got a straw stuck into the channel, getting all you can, you know, yeah, you're getting it free of charge. You know, that ain't the thing, but are you supporting what you're getting?
By using it, then give back. That's the whole reason why we do what we do. We do it to give back to the game. I ain't got nothing to take from the game at all. Game has given us a lot. Because
I want to be able to go to times. I want to be able to go to certain places to meet. I want to be able to go to these shows. I want to be able to bring the ADBR, PR, you know, these guys that need to be put in that Hall of Fame. I need to be able to do that. And if I had a channel really supporting the Going Hard channel and we was making a movement to make all this shit happen, this show right here would play a big part in it because we ain't on the bus. We right up here with y'all. You know, I'm old. You know, and I can't go to these places and have a job. I'm old to work anyway. I'm 65 years old in a couple of days. So I'm already supposed to be in a retired mode. But my retirement, what do I got to give y'all for y'all to give me a chance to come out and be able to go to these shows, be able to get, you know, everybody riled up and fired up that, you know, maybe everybody can make it, but if you can't make it, everybody, we should take the show to them. Because all of us ain't on this thing doing bad, you know what I mean? And all of us is not, you know, professionals. This is to look out for everybody. You know what I'm saying? I want to go to Tom's shit just because if I go, I'm trying to tell everybody, let's go meet up at Tom's. Since we ain't came up with nowhere else to meet, you know, where we all will take the effort to go like we did the first time, let's do it again. Everybody, let's go make it worth it. Let's go back over the Toms. You know, I'll come to Toms picking if I got to get wheelchaired in. If y'all support me to get there, then I'm guaranteed to be there. What we all going to get out of it? Get out of it like I got out of it the first time. While y'all was taking pictures with y'all, I was taking pictures with all my old time great dog men. So I got a whole booklet of pictures, you know, from the past and the now, where guys gonna be down the years later having pictures with us. Like I finally got pictures with my old dog friends, dog men, you know, and that's what I'm talking about. You know, I want to see more. We got to start doing it. We ain't got no journals. We ain't got shit. So what we going to do? We can't keep putting all this on a podcast and expecting that, you know, everybody, you know, how much more can we give you?
Make the competition a little bit more stiffer when everybody start using the same program.
For real.
Trying to tell you,
make it a whole lot better too.
Back in the day, it didn't matter. It might have been all them programs out there, but it didn't matter when it came to match night.
Sure didn't.
Didn't mean a damn thing. But that's what competition does. Competitions put it all on the line.
Sure do.
Take all that work, everything that you want to know, put it right out there to be seen and judged. That's bulldog. Dog don't know the difference. He gonna be what he is.
Mm-hmm. What good is a guy with a great dog and all you can do is talk about it?
Nothing else. There's nothing else to talk about if there ain't nothing else to talk about. That's all. I know that sounds crazy, but dogs make the papers, fellas. Paper don't make the dog. Look, y'all take this word as advice. And again, I understand where Mo coming from about support the channel. You know, I don't never be pushing that issue. I can barely get y'all to hit the damn like button. With all the help with Double M, Desbo coming in, other people hitting the like down. People don't like hitting the like button, but I'm gonna give y'all that. But well, I'm also going to take into consideration, Ben, we were demonetized because they felt like we was, I don't know how you put it, but we be back on that in July. But this channel,
we didn't have this disclaimer, and our thumbnail was still.
No, that's not how we got demonetized. Demonetized came to because we didn't change, we didn't have thumbnails, and we didn't have memberships. YouTube want their money. They said we're coming up on 1 million things, and we ain't giving no memberships or, you know, everything is almost like it's a copy paste thing. That's why you see the thumbnails and everything change. Still ain't seen me scream the memberships because I don't feel like we have anything that we wouldn't give y'all for free that I would make y'all pay for a membership. I'm sorry, I can't pull my trigger on that because Mo gonna give it to you. He's trying to tell you how he's trying to give it to you. You know what I'm saying? Just a little bit of support. And the only reason we speak on that support is because we take that time out to do this. And it's getting to a time that, you know, with that next year coming up on, you know, we're looking to do different things.
And we old men.
So these different things is going to be in support of the things that we talk about, the things that we hold dear, the things that we want to see happen before our time comes. Or at least be in the process of trying to make these changes before our time comes. Let it be in motion. But I just want to be a part of that change because it's possible that there can be a change. I just need to get everybody on board. You know, the community is big enough. It's definitely big enough. Competition is competition. Shit. And then you get up and you show up and it'd be like the old days, just under different circumstances. And it's still nothing better than having a bunch of bulldoggers sitting around bulldogging, especially with a bulldog. That's what I look forward to. That's what we're looking for to support, to be able to take advantages of these things and support the movement. Because if we can make it there, we're going to make more than just being there happen. It takes more than just us. It takes a group of us to put forth the effort, to be willing to put in the work and put in that competition and make and support these people who are trying to do the right thing by giving you a platform to show off. Like South Bottom, big shout out to South Bottom. They need to do more. You know what I'm saying? They need to light a fire under what y'all trying to do and support people who are trying to help you do it. That's all. Start with us. It's not a matter of how much you give. It's the fact that you give. You know? And being that YouTube can't get their hands on it, imagine with all our viewers, if you was just to take $1 and just send it to the channel, that cash up right there, you wouldn't believe how much help that would be, not to just keep this show going, because we don't need no help keeping this shit going, but making bigger and better things happen, because we do have a purpose. There's a reasoning. Because for us, there is a purpose, and if we're gonna put in some work, we're gonna put in some work to get the people that we talk about the recognition that they deserve. And the only way they can get that recognition is to be able to create these platforms and create these events where these men could be honored in a place that they will always be known and be honored and respected as dog men, instead of us having to sit here and tell you. Because a lot of these dog men played a major part in the history of these dogs. And we just we're going to do our part to make that happen. All we ask is for y'all support, where you show up and show out, keep showing up and showing out, but this time for a good cause. And I'm going to leave it like that. You got anything else you want to say, Mo?
No, man, I enjoyed the night, man. Big shout out to the fellas. Good conversation, good pants.
Well, as usual, this night must come to an end, but that don't stop this party at all. If you don't get anything out of this conversation tonight, please get out the fact that in order to be successful dealing with the American Pit Bull Terrier, you got to be willing to put in the work. And that work ain't easy. If you start down that road, and you're willing to put in that work, by the time you get to that golden road, you'll be able to look back where you started from and can't help but respect the way you made it. And that's all going to be based off the work that you put in. I want you to be able to look back, when you look back down that road where you just come from, and know that what we call to ourselves, we ride this hard, cold-heartedly from day one. You better have it in you. You better have it in you to always. Let them know, Mo.
Always.
Tell you fellas, you better always
scratch the win. Need that win, baby. Need that win.
You need to have it in you to get out and go get it. You willing to put in the work, baby. Nothing can stop you.
Cause Reagan said, how much y'all trying to get? We're trying to get enough that we can get one. We have books. We got
a sponsor. I want to sponsor the APDR.
Yeah.
I want to sponsor them to be
and
able to
get those guys to get them all that Hall of Fame together.
Get that Hall of Fame together. Get these shows together where we can get you guys registered and be a part of these shows and help grow this registry, because if you haven't checked into them, check into them. And I support them cold-heartedly, because this is a business. This is not no thrown together bullshit. These guys got a plan and they got the drive, and we're going to make sure they have the support. So this show here has the support to get all the people in the right place where we can have our own Hall of Fame. and still be doing the right thing.
Yeah. And
Competition. Good competition to show up and really have something competitive that you can look back on and say that you was a part of. I can't put a number on it. All I can tell you is you'll know based off the success that the movement had, because we can't do the movement without the people. That's all we're on. You know, guys will be able to have something for y'all to do and make it competitive.
Right. Somebody told me to write a book. Said, Twin, you need to do a book on your keep. So if I did a book on my keep, it'd be down there like getting a James Crenshaw book. Because I would say it's going to take 50 people to tell me to write a book on just the keep. 50 people. You know, and that will motivate me to go write a book, because I know there's at least 50 people that were willing to buy it. Because to write it and give up all my secrets and make it all make sense to you without me having to tell you, because I'll make it that in depth where you will know everything before I leave this game or this damn podcast stuff. And what would it be worth for you to pay to have it? And would everybody else be willing to do the same that you're willing to do? If I get enough people to show me that, I'll do that.
Yeah, but here's the problem with that. I don't want nobody to get fooled about, I don't care how many times a person can tell you how to do something. Unless you do it exactly the way they tell you,
yep,
you're going to always have a flaw. And I know my brother, when he puts this kit together, he is going to be so detailed. And you're going to probably hear this statement all the time throughout the whole entire thing. Do exactly what I said.
Yep.
Don't add, don't subtract, don't go to add nobody else's said. Do exactly what I said. That book will be a very detailed book, to the point that the whole purpose of even sitting down writing this book is, first of all, to get you to try it, but to try it doing exactly the way he said do it. That is a task in itself, but I know if he's going to write a book, that's what I expect to see in that book. And I guarantee you, if for as many times that he has said and talked about his keep, he has damn near given it away. But the only reason he hasn't given it completely away, because he was really hoping that common sense will set in and y'all would figure it out. But if you really want to nail it, he always teases y'all about it, because it does matter what you feed. It does matter how you build up to these certain stages. He gives it to you in one big chunk. That's like trying to pull the teeth out of another great conditioner in Triple M. Great conditioner. Remember, they sent a dog to him to win in the Barracuda. And it was that dog lasted longer than any dog the Barracuda went into. Mason conditioned that dog, known for his ability to condition. And you know, we can't get him to tell us shit. He feed us a little bit, and then he go to acting like Mo, or Mo acting like him. These things are important all the way around the table, because conditioning is the sole architect of a great American Pit Bull Terrier. The structure, the air, the ability, just everything can be accomplished with a good keep. So, yeah, support the channel. Because, again, he's still talking about trying to give it away free. He's still trying to talk about giving it away free. How much you need? I couldn't even tell you, fam. But I know what we're trying to make happen.
Yes, people make the appreciation and support it. Let's see where it goes. I'm already telling you which way we're trying to run with it.
Big shout out to my man, Space Agent. Space Age Pitch. I see you, fam. Appreciate the love, fam. Said, write a book, twin. I will definitely support and purchase it. Hey, man, you know what? I take my hat off to everybody who sits down and write a book. And I think our only problem about trying to even start writing a book, because we don't know what the ending would be like. Because for us, we're still doing this right here every Tuesday and Friday. We faithfully sit here and do this. And
You think I wouldn't talk about you guys in my book? I be talking about you great people in the chat room and the shows that we didn't have and the things we talked about in that book. I would have all that shit in there. There's so much shit in that. This book would have volumes, guys. There's so much shit. Imagine this, my philosophy of breeding. Listen how many times I sat here and went over the pedigree. Everybody called me a Mayday man, but look at all the pedigrees I've dived into to show y'all I'm not just a Mayday man. I know how to breed. I know what the great dog men were doing to get the dogs that they got to make them so legendary. I was able to pass that shit down to a couple of guys, and I can show you going hard dogs in a book, and you're gonna see a whole bunch of them. The winners and the losers. It's gonna be over 100 something of them. You know, that's to me, I'm like, hey, I can tell you this much. It'll be a very interesting book because my philosophy is never going to change. If I can get you guys caught on their philosophy, and this is not just coming from me, this is coming from my understanding from watching all the Kennels, not just watching, like we were buddies. No, I'm talking about I was with these guys, and I learned so much from them. So much from them. And once I understand what they were doing, you damn right, I took what I could use and use it for me, and understanding what they were telling me and why they were telling me. Common sense started working my thing to where I perfected a keep where I can match my dogs and the good people and be at the advantage. I felt like I was fast lane when you couldn't get in there and deal with the shit that we was putting down. And a lot of it had to do with the right dog in the right shape. We don't give a fuck who they come. We did not care. If anybody was wondering, to pull up, it sure wasn't us. Because I was very confident. Like all these other great kennels that we talked about. Why were they so confident? Why did they win so much? I'm telling y'all why. I'm showing you why. I'm showing you the dogs. I'm showing you their mentality. I'm showing you the people that they're whooping on. What made them legendary. And every once in a while I get a little bit out of how they did it. But one thing for damn sure, you gotta remember who was doing the work, the dogs. The dog. The dog gets the final credit by going over there getting that bag.
Right. You become a co-star. You're just a co-star.
We just a co-star.
You're just a co-star.
We make stars.
We make stars.
Always be the co-stars.
We're gonna be the co-star. I don't have no problem being a co-star. Feel me? Don't have no problem with it. It's not like having a couple stars, though. That's all. Big shout out to Just the Dog Man. I feel you, man. I appreciate the love, fam. Hey, Mo.
What's up?
Good show tonight, man.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Support the channel. Support the industry.
July coming up soon, man. We ain't made no other plan but to go to town. Y'all just ain't made the movement to get one of these ATPR things going.
I get with them.
Yeah, we meet up with them and find out what's going on with them. But we know one thing for damn sure. A lot of us to show up to times. I've seen that already. I've seen a lot of people show up to times, and I have a whole lot of fun with y'all. Everybody got a chance to meet me, and all the guys that came up there and put that love on us because they scared of YouTube. Tell them, Mike, it's funny to hear me say it, but we got a lot of money at that show based on guys who's just scared to fuck with YouTube.
Good guy. I mean,
they scared to hit the like button. They scared to put money in the chat. the super
Come
chat.
right up.
They
And
came right up dropping
we wasn't selling nothing. The people was just dropping that love.
a lot of love.
My love. And it was just amazing that, you know, that you had that type of support out there. But I feel like I can get that type of support here because that's the type of support that we're going to have in order to be able to be successful at anything that we do when it comes down to these bulldogs. This bulldog game was not built off of what one person thought he could do by himself. He had to have somebody who thought they was better than him.
Oh, they're gonna be really mad when they see that fruition come when I said what I said and I meant what I said. Those contributors the last 4 years that has really supported this thing, when these puppies hit the ground, they're gonna be the first ones that's gonna be, I ain't doing no raffle. There's people out there that deserve to have those dogs. You know? And they be the first ones to get that dab. They didn't pay more than enough into the support of this thing that they deserve to get a dog. And they know who they are.
And this is just, you know what? Because you never know with everybody and things that happen. You know, you always want to be able to leave somebody something.
Yep.
Like we leave this video. These videos probably be around after we dead and gone, but you know, is this something that I know it'll be here after whatever happened to us? So whether it be a book, we ain't got to that point to sit down and write shit yet. But we got the shit. We just too much life still going on that you just be cutting short something that might be great. You know? So that's what you're supporting. You're going to support the movement. What's our movement? To be able to do the things that we talked about tonight. Bring a new shine, a new light on the now. Because this is the only time I talk about the now. It's in this form and fashion. The underground takes care of itself. I always say it, all cream always going to rise to the top. They've always had the ability to do it. And who am I to sit back here and act like I'm bigger and better than them because of the now? No, I'm just into a new thing to where not everybody can be that guy. But there's another way, another great way. And a bulldog will still be a bulldog. You just got to be willing to put in the work. Try it out, support the movement. We'll find out. Only time will tell. So until Friday, y'all stay safe, stay true. And as I do what I do, y'all keep rocking out, man. You see right there in the bottom, going hard, reloaded. I think that's the Cash App. Support the channel. You see the little ticker. And if you have any questions or anything, just hit the email. It is also down there. goinghardreloaded@gmail.com. So until Friday, man.
Better know my head, but don't talk about it, be about it. That's the code we live in the game with them people. See the proof and how to give from the pit to the trophies. Every chain, every game. Don't talk about it, be about it. Be about it. Don't talk about it, be about it. That's the code we live in the game with them people. See the proof and how to give from the pit to the trophies. Every chain, every game. Don't talk about it, be about it. Be about it. Most wanted Kennels in the spotlight. Danger alert, come with the name. Super Kennels competition, all built for the fame. Work Kennels was the work and work, while Cherokee kept the game strong. Evolution built a bloodline where the heart come from. These dogs ain't hype, they the truth in the pit. Every pedigree stamp when them paws hit the street. Ain't no fairy tales, this that real y'all grit. Don't talk about it, be about it. That's the pit bull script. Shout the brothers with the backbone thick. Veer brothers, color brothers, Bishop brothers legit. They don't talk about it, they be about it every day. Put the work in and y'all let the results say. Them boys on the rise, yeah, the circle stay tight. Plow boys, wall boys, Havana boys in the fight. Different flags, same ground, same
certified same spit. Don't talk about it. Be about it. That's the litmus test.
Legs in the doom, behind set tone. Loctite, locked in, carved in stone. Church boys hold it with the pit bull gauge. Fruit colors on man, Sean B in the maze. Arsenal game bill, but your knife stay sharp. Only in America, walk them down, ram in the dark. DSK and Mad Ohio dog, pound by hard when they hit. Praise to the men who rock this shit.
Don't talk about it, be about it.
Yeah, they live it.
Fat boy the legend, Lil Buster, real strong, southern bulldog, keep the bloodline long. Latin force pressure, sniper don't miss. Shaded day, shaded with a killer instinct. Twist, super night power, unit whole rank. Boot camp, click hitting like the Sherman tank. Little fine with the vision. Tennessee dog pound, got their eyes on the pit. All legendary, really the shit. Don't talk about it, be about it. Yeah, they built it brick by brick. Talk about it. Yeah, they built it brick by brick. Talk about it. Yeah, they built it brick by brick. Talk about it. Don't talk about it, be about it. Don't talk about it. That's the yard law, from the pups to the legends. Everybody stand tall. Every name on this track got a story that's lit. Don't talk about it, be about it.
Every name on this track got a story that's lit.
Don't talk about it, be about it.
Call this some legendary pit bullshit. Pit bullshit. Pit bullshit. Pit bullshit. Pit bullshit. Pit bullshit.
What's up, man?
Yeah. Ciao. Going hard, Kennels, yeah, we run this yard. Twin bosses, Mo and Mike, every day they go hard. Line stack heavy like a deck full of cars. From yellow Mayday 8s, they bred real stars. Welcome to the yard where the legends get raised, where the chain spots shine and the bloodlines praise. Grand champ King Kunta with that royal type stride. Red ruby in the pen, red hot worldwide. The brat in the cut, keep the hustle on track. Pretty mama got the look and the structure intact. L-Ride bring the heat, yellow bird bring the flame. Gus and 38 special certified in the game. What day in the ring, crowd love in the scene. Dogs moving like ghosts in the champion's dream. From yellow to buck, their foundation is tough. Yellow buck in the veins, yeah, the roots run rough. Mayday in the pedigree, ace in the spine. That old school fire still alive in the line. Twin brothers in command, pushing forward with pride. Going hard on the banner, let the whole world ride. Hard work in the yard, every sunrise earned. Legacy in the dirt, with every chain spot turn. No shortcuts taken, no champions bought. Just blood, sweat, time, and the lessons they taught. Going hard, Kennels, yeah, we run this yard. Twin bosses, Mo and Mike, every day they go hard. Line stack heavy like a deck full of cards. Yellow Mayday ace, turning pups into stars. Sheriff Pal bought us in the game, stamp legit. Find them in Tornadoes pedigree. Hall of Fame, double grand champion. James Pogay, the formula showed how to build and sustain. Blueprints in the blood, yeah, the knowledge remain. T.O., our partner, Ohio Cash showed how to win. Turn losses into lessons, now it's trophies we spin. Mama, Triple M, deep south in the mix. Arsenal, Kennel, Stone City, solid foundations, no tricks. Hardcore, BLB up in the spec, it's 6. Yes. Yeah. Tom, Dick, Todd, Tony Wade, Southern Kennels, real ones through time from Pro Set, Windy City, combined in place, low tight, apex, pressure built for the chase, gotta eat boys, black ice, hunger sharp as a blade, third verse for the legacy, every debt fully paid. Yeah, I said third verse for the legacy, every debt fully paid.
We in the trenches, feel that hunger in the air.
Yeah. Welcome to the yard. If you're tough, you can stare. Yeah. Yeah, welcome to the yard, where the chain spots shine, bloodlines run deep, every pedigree's prime. The Game APBT, worldwide pride. You come correct, or stay the hell outside, legacy made. We grind, we hustle, twin bosses, Mo and Mike locked in the scuffle. Yeah, we run the yard, iron fists and grit. When the sun comes up, no, we never gon' quit. Udo and Devo, legends carved in stone. Patrick Bolio made the yard they home. Tanned and yellow, they whisper through the trees. Echoes of greatness, feel that legacy breeze. Going hard, going hard. Yeah, we run this yard, nothing but the best. We don't play it soft, bloodline stack heavy, 52 way so strong in this dog-eat-dog world. We know where we belong, the yard where greatness prevails. Pressure creates knowledge and hard work. It's how history bakes, all on the upper deal. Pressure creates knowledge and hard work. It's how history bakes. Tails in the dirt, every chain spot turn, lessons learned hard. Like the scars we earn, no shortcuts taken. Champions ain't bought, just blood and sweat. This legacy taught from Mayday to Ace, Buck to Jeep. Every warrior counts, we ain't losing no sleep. Heat like a furnace, knowledge is the key. In the yard we trust, we got the pedigree. Feel the intensity, blaze in the fight. In the shadows of the yard, we rewrite the night. From the ring to the chain, we like kings cut out. Mo and Mike, every victory's what we shout. Going hard, going hard. Yeah, we run this yard, nothing but the best. We don't play it all, bloodline stacked heavy, 52 way so strong in this dog-eat-dog world. We know where we belong, the yard in the dirt. Yeah, knowledge and hard work. It's how history made y'all in the dirt. Yeah, knowledge and hard work. It's how history baked. Yeah, legacy in the dirt. Yeah, to that fame. The Game APBT. Remember the name, so step back. If you can't handle the heat, the yard's going hard. Put the game on repeat. It's Mo and Mike. Kings in this game, going hard. Kennels forever ain't the same, nigga.